definitely saves lives. And we've had a bunch of our listeners that have gone to Life Imaging FLA, gotten that free heart scan, and found out they need to get to the hospital right away. Now, all you need to do to get the free heart scan is pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value that is definitely worth it. And then ask about their cancer screening. Full body cancer screening is super important as well. This is something I really believe in. That's why I started the Carla K Cancer Screening Fund to help people so everybody can get the cancer screening. I think it's super important. Take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones and your family by going to Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. It's Life Imaging FLA. You'll be connected in seconds.
I'm Mo DeWitt, your local Orlando injury attorney. I'm here to talk when you need me, ready to listen. You deserve someone who's available, responsive, and truly invested in your case. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. I'm just one call away at 1-800-CALL-MO.
Worried about market losses? If headlines are keeping you up at night, it's time to take control. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know you've worked hard to save. But in times like these, what if can turn into what now? If you're planning to retire or are in retirement, you need a strategy that helps protect your future. At Trajan Wealth, you can capture market gains, protect your account from losses, and guarantee income for life. Right now, you could receive a bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. You heard me right. An upfront bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10%, all guaranteed to boost your lifetime income in retirement. Don't leave your future to chance. Plan with confidence. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company, DBA, in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
It's Thursday. New Hard Rock Bet rewards are dropping.
Nice. Ed Reed, you in?
The only thing I drop is receivers and mics.
Ed, we're talking bonus bets, deposit matches, parlay insurance.
Oh, okay. I'll do that kind of drop.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
This is the sound of Jack, buzz cutting his way to a small fortune. To Jack, every time he cuts his own hair, that's $50 right in his pocket. If Jack sees DIY buzz cuts as a saving strategy, Wells Fargo is right behind him. And with their mobile app, tracking his savings is easy. Oh, ouch. However you make money work, we can work with that.
Mobile carriers' message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Saturday, October 25th, the Super 40s return to Orange City Poker. Cards are in the air at 11:10 a.m. with a $300 buy-in and a massive $40,000 guarantee. One day, one big tournament. Your shot at the Super 40s is only at Orange City Racing and Card Club.
Casino-style table games are waiting at Daytona Beach and Orange City Racing and Card Clubs. Play Ultimate Texas Hold'em, 3-card poker, Pai Gow, and more. The fun is close to home. No Vegas required. Only at Daytona Beach and Orange City Poker.
Facing a criminal charge, who you call next matters. At Smith & Yulo Law Firm, we are the criminal defense attorneys in Florida, fighting for people like you. Call 352-WIN-FOR-YOU now for your free case evaluation. Smith & Yulo Law Firm, offices Orlando.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it. Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Holiday Magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Deposit. DEPOSIT. That's deposit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. Lots to get to today. From the wait is finally over to a major business CEO's mysterious death examined, and the video airports across America are refusing to play. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Record your dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right to the studio in real time. And it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday.
Share that show.
I almost executed a full spin in my chair. I cannot do that, but I almost did it.
Why?
I thought I'd be able to go do like a but I couldn't.
You're gonna
fully
get tangled up in headphone cord.
Yes, yeah. I'm a washing headphones over here, but here we are to Share the Show Tuesday. That means you share the show. It could be as simple as just telling one friend today, hey, you know what I like? I like this show, The News Junkie. I think you might too. Here's my favorite person on it. I like this person, and I like this, and you listen to this, and you'll like it.
Careful with that one, but it's fine.
News Junkies.
Yes, thank you, Bill Burr. Yeah, just tell everybody. You could use the plural if you want. It doesn't really matter. Or just hit the like button over on YouTube, or follow one of us, any of us, if you will, over on thenewsjunkie.com/share on a Share the Show Tuesday. All right, how's everybody doing on a Tuesday?
Very good. Beautiful day. How are you?
Hanging in there. I've got some strange thoughts on my mind. We'll get to those momentarily. There's some news
stranger than usual.
Yeah, okay. yeah. Like there was some news today that gave me like an existential crisis mode where I was like,
been there, bro.
Where I shot back in my chair. Nothing political, nothing like that. But when I saw the news, I was like, wow, and it knocked me backwards, literally, almost fell over. We'll get into this momentarily. First, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to Texas, everybody. Yeah. This is important. I wanted to share this with everybody because I really do feel like one of your main goals as a probably younger-ish person, right? Maybe you're between the ages of 25 and 54, or a little bit younger. It's most of the people in the audience. No matter who you are, I think one of your goals should be to protect your grandparents.
Yeah,
okay?
Please.
Protect your grandparents from the scammers is what I mean specifically, okay? Because your grandparents, let's take them for example here. These are people who are probably born in like maybe the 40s, the 50s, or the 60s. If you think about what life was like when they were little kids and think about life now with all the technological breakthroughs, they don't understand what's going on.
They're
and
screwed.
People are scamming them everywhere. Everywhere they're taking their money from them. So you should remember always, protect my grandma. Protect your grandma, all right? That's a key thing. So here's why I want to show you this, just as a lesson for everybody. This is a police officer's body cam who's headed into what looks like, I don't know, Celine, would you say this is a 7-Eleven? You were recently in one. Is this?
I wouldn't say that is a 7-Eleven, but it is a similar store.
Yeah, Circle K.
Okay, some sort of a convenience store, we could say, gas station, adjacent little convenience store. Cop goes in with a body cam. The first person we're going to hear from is one of the people who has noticed something going on, all right?
Hello. She's at $23,000 already.
All right, this woman, when the cop says hello, she goes, she's at $23,000 already. The cop goes, wait, where's she at right now? There's a woman in the back of the store on a Bitcoin ATM on the phone with a scammer. on the phone with the scammer. The lady noticed that something was going on, and this person kept putting their money in. And she goes, she's at $23,000 right now.
How does a machine even allow that?
It's kind of unbelievable to me. But watching this lady, I was like, this is it. It's one of our goals. We all need to remember this.
And we need to remember that by now, those Bitcoin ATMs are surrounded in signs that say, hey, watch out for scams. They have all kinds of things.
Like the gift cards.
At Publix, even the gift card section at different places that sell, have a rack of those kind of things.
Yeah. So the cops headed over right now, okay?
Right now. In the corner over here.
She's in the corner.
A cryptocurrency scam caught in real time.
Yeah. Can I talk to you for a second?
Please, I have the bank on the phone.
Okay, let me talk to who you're talking to on the bank.
I'm in danger.
Okay, stop putting money in there.
Fran Bates, 85 years old, has been coaxed to a gas station she's never been to, up to a machine she's never seen before, and is now a click away from losing tens of thousands.
She is not going to click it.
He's like, click it. Tell her to click the thing. And he's like, she is not going to click it. She is not going to click it. Click it. Tell her to click it. And he's fighting with the police officer. You're going to hear more of it right now.
Dollars of her life savings.
Do not click anything.
Lieutenant James Stewart arrived in the nick of time.
No, listen to me. Do you really want to fight this fight with me? Yes, it is my problem because what you're doing is committing a crime.
Because Mindy Jordan, an eagle-eyed observer in that gas station.
By the way, good for you, Mindy. Good for you. Good for you. This lady was just shoveling money in the Bitcoin ATM with this random Indian guy with zero morals on the phone with her, scamming the old lady in her 80s.
Got the lady good if she's like, I'm on the phone with the bank and I'm in danger. I'm like,
in danger.
That is so weird. What a weird conversation to have with your bank.
Your grandparents don't get it. They are susceptible to this exact thing. And he goes a little further here.
Something was wrong and called 911.
She was my angel.
Your angel?
Yes, she rescued me.
I was so scared for you.
Well, I was beginning to get pretty afraid, too.
Mm-hmm.
What was happening
on your computer? Fran says she was convinced to click a link, and then the scammer then spoke to her through the speakers of her computer.
She's doing.
Also,
she goes, I was just sitting here typing on my keyboard,
air typing over the top of the keyboard. As she goes, the scammer started speaking to her through the speakers on the computer.
First, get the computer out of her house.
Ma'am, I'm talking to you through your speakers. And the guy starts talking and goes, here's what you got to do. You got to get this money. You're in grave danger right now. You heard her. You heard it in her voice. She believed this 100%. And that cop was like, hey, stop what you're doing right now. And thanks to this woman who just said something. This is a crazy thing that happens every single day out there. And there are old people who have saved up working hard their whole lives, and they put all this money into an account, and then they're told like they're in danger or their grandkids are in danger or something. And then they, out of the kindness of their heart and with an absolute ignorance as to how technology works, they give it up. And this was like that close. And it's so frustrating.
Look at the embrace they have. The hero and the almost victim.
Yeah.
My angel.
Yeah.
Mindy might know that she's a sucker now, though. Mindy's like, well, I'm going to need a loan.
That's the weird part. You're like, I'm going to get on TV and thank my angel, even though it means I'm dumb.
Yeah, but I appreciate it. I want these old people to come out, even if they feel like they look dumb, because, it does kind of look a little dumb. But maybe it helps other old people. Old people got to put those guards up. What do they call it? Shields up in Star Wars or something? I don't know. Whatever.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Beam me up, Scotty. Be careful.
Yes, from
there.
Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. Okay, a couple of things that rocked my world this morning. The first one was this. This is not what I was talking about earlier. I don't even want to know if this is true or not. But one of the things going viral today is a map of the United States of America. Okay? And on this map of the United States of America, it shows the average IQ score of all of the states. And there are a lot of people ahead of us. I feel like this is a lie. It can't really be this bad. But they're saying like the dumbest state is Mississippi. We could start there, really. Would we think that Mississippi would be the dumbest state? I don't know why. I don't know why that would come up.
IQ tested.
Oh, who knows? I'm going by what I'm seeing here.
I feel like they got to 2 people in the swamps, and that vouched for all of Mississippi. Not fair.
If you had to say it, gun to your head, dumbest state, 3, 2, 1, go.
West Virginia.
Why West Virginia?
I had like 5 go through my head just now.
West Virginia is down there. You're right. You're not wrong according to this. It says Florida 98.4, New York 100.7. New York, you're not out of the woods either. And then what? Montana? All the geniuses? No offense. But Montana is rocking an average 103 IQ. What?
Maine?
Look how close it is to Canada.
Maine, Vermont, 103.8. No, Vermont is one of the smartest states. I've been to Vermont so many times. I met a lot of dumb people in Vermont. No offense, Vermont. I was born in Vermont. You know, my whole family's from Vermont.
Wasn't it just like a family reunion when you went to go visit?
No, but I went to Vermont every summer for 2 weeks for my entire life. I mean, I've met a lot of people in Vermont. Every single person. Yes. You know how much blood relatives I have in the state of Florida?
2.
0. None. Zilch. Okay?
Your
None.
son?
Well, my son, I'm saying, but outside of, like, I should say outside of outside of my immediate family.
Oh, cousins.
Outside of my immediate family. Anybody outside of my immediate family. 0 in the state of Florida. They're all in Vermont. Hundreds of them. Hundreds, you know? And they are not the smartest people. I hate to say it. I don't want to slam them or go against them. But here's what I want from you today, dispatchers. Fun little side quest here. Smartest state and dumbest state, and why? Okay, because this is suggesting Mississippi is the dumbest of the dumbs. California, here's looking at you, buddy. You are barely ahead of Mississippi, okay? Just barely.
We're street smart over here.
Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, New Mexico.
Hawaii's pretty low.
Yeah, I mean, like, the states are not doing well. I'll put this up on See It Now in just a bit so you could take a peek. And then I want to know what your gut tells you is the dumbest state and the smartest state and why. There's going to be a lot of bias on this, okay? Scooblaw says, I lived in Montana. They're all idiots. Not according to this. Geniuses, okay? Geniuses. All right, so that's out there. I wanted to toss that out for everybody as some red meat. But the thing that kind of rocked my world today, I don't want to dwell too long on this story because it's, it's a lot. It's a lot. But our friends at Fox 35 had a story. You guys might have seen this morning. Says Daytona Beach police officers made a gruesome discovery on Friday night when they found a woman dead in her house. And they believe she was killed by her dogs. Okay. Oh. She had her dogs in her house. According to the police department, they think she may have had some sort of medical issue. And then perhaps after some time, these 4 dogs, an adult male and 3 offspring from the adult male who were roaming freely around the house, then, went after this woman. Okay. So it's unclear whether or not they were the ones who took this woman out, or whether or not she died from a medical issue, and then the animals resorted to attacking and eating this lady.
Because they didn't have anything.
Yeah.
I refuse to believe that in the most dire situation,
lady would eat you.
I am dead in my house. I have a heart attack today after Cordy leaves and says, I'm gone forever. And I go, fine, leave. And then I have a heart attack and I fall face down on the floor. I refuse to believe that Lady the dog would eat me. I just cannot. I cannot come to terms
Not like
with
immediately.
That. You think after time, any dog, even Carl, you're laid out, God forbid, and Carl comes over and he's like, it's been a couple of days since Carl's eaten.
Yeah, then I think instincts start to come in. The cats will get to me first, kind of break the skin, and then, Carl will go to town.
I mean, I feel like maybe what I'm doing is putting personalities to pets, and I'm going, my pets would never do that.
Yeah,
my
in
pets
that
would
moment, like if you drop dead and they immediately start to eat you and you're not even fully dead, maybe just like passed out, then that's a bad personality attached to the dog. But I think
feel like my
instincts
animals
come in. They get hungry and they Gotta eat something.
All of them? I think Lady would just lay down beside me and be like, all right, we're going down together.
I'm going too.
Yeah, and she would curl up and like, no way would my dog eat me. No way. In no circumstance. I don't believe Carl would eat you. Lexi would be the most likely to eat. All right? I think if there was a circumstance where C-Lane died.
I mean, Carl would be fed for the rest of the year, considering he's 5.5 pounds.
Yeah, Carl could eat a hand and be alive for quite some time. He would be all right out there. I cannot believe that would be real.
I know that without some serious, like, getting through doors somehow, she would not be able to get to her own food. Her own food's pretty secure.
Right.
So she would, out of necessity eventually probably have to start.
You think so? You think every dog out of necessity at some point would turn on their owner if their owner, like, just died?
You've never been that hungry, have you?
You never
No, nor have you. What are you... What? What are you talking about?
It's like a delicious-looking arm.
Steven, starving Marvin all of a sudden. You had a period of your life where you were about to eat people. If anybody, I was the closest to that, honestly. But I don't want to do stolen valor on the cannibalism front. I'll just say, like, I think my dog would not do that. Maybe this is like pie in the sky thinking on my part. I try not to do that. I try to stay grounded and logical, but I just think that my dog would never do it. Lady would just be like, all right, it's been a good run. She'd curl up next to me and then off into the great beyond. And we'll see if all dogs go to heaven.
How many dogs? 4?
4 dogs. 4 dogs total.
Yeah, I think I found her Facebook page.
Did you? Oh, yeah. Does she have her dogs on the Facebook page? What are they?
Does she look delicious?
What kind of dogs? Pit bulls?
At least I think they have a little pit in them. They seem like... she had a GoFundMe at one point for one of the dogs. Emergency vet bill. She is very sick. Please help.
Oh.
Does that change your opinion
seems so
on whether or not they would eat her?
Look how much she put into these dogs, and then they ate her.
But they still don't know for sure. I'm getting so many different, just one article saying, she obviously had been deceased for quite some time.
Yeah, they believe she was dead. Yeah.
It said multiple injuries, none of which appear to be the result of foul play or caused by human. But is it medical emergency immediately attacked by dogs?
No.
She started to
smell. They're suggesting that some time went on and that, the dogs didn't have any food. But my big question to everybody today, and I want you to mull this over in the sanest possible way, is this a thing that only certain breeds would do? Like, when we say pit bull and stuff, would those dogs do this? But maybe a Chihuahua wouldn't, or like a little pug or a Labradoodle wouldn't do this, or would every dog experts feel free to chime in with a dispatch or an email? Would every dog after a period of time be like, I loved you, thanks for all the bones, but it's time I ate your face? All right, that is what's happening right now. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com.
Gonna have a weird day. Share the show.
I told you.
4 dogs were observed running freely within the home. 1 large adult male mixed breed, and then in parentheses, the father, and 3 adult offspring.
Yeah, so 4
Pops
dogs
was like,
total.
dig in, sons.
Yeah, everybody gather around. Here we go. I don't know if it's the inevitable. Okay, let's move on. But we will talk about that throughout the show today. Real quickly, anonymous emails to show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. They say, so I had somebody delete me on Facebook yesterday. All right.
That happened recently.
Friends, there's a lot of losers out there on social media. Don't feel bad if one of them gets angry at you every once in a while.
Facebook,
okay?
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
What I need you to do is take a breath and recuperate while I read the rest of this. So they said they deleted me on Facebook for commenting on their post about how horrible Columbus was. My comment was basically, can you imagine what the world would be like had that not happened? They have this delusion that the world would be the same and the U.S. would be all indigenous people. First off, it would be dramatically different. I mean, most importantly, there's a possibility in this day and age electricity hasn't been discovered and we never came here. North America in this day and age could be a third world country. We white Americans would all be living in Europe, most likely. I got news for you. And who knows what other country would have came and started a war with the Indians over the land, because it would have for sure happened. Overall, you never know if life would have been better or worse, but the indigenous people weren't going to figure out electricity, and we most likely wouldn't be as technologically advanced as we are now had the white man Never came to North America.
Yeah.
So you people crying over Columbus should probably think about that. Thanks. Love the show. Columbus, a lot of people either lay claim to Columbus or don't. So he was, Genovese, I think. So he's got like the Italians, the Greeks, the Spanish, all that kind of lay claim, unless he's out of favor. When Columbus is out of favor, when it's not like 1492 Columbus sailed the ocean blue. You know, is that right? I think I got that right. That's what we used to have to say in school. It's been a long time. Then people, when the tide turns, everybody dismisses Columbus. The rest of it is just dreaming about the world in a way that we'll never absolutely know. We will never know what would happen if any of these things occurred. We would never know if the Native Americans would have been like mega futuristic tribes. We never would know any of these things. But I guess somebody got upset about you for that. That's okay. All right. Columbus Day is still controversial, at least to a certain extent, according to Anonymous. Maybe that happened to you as well yesterday. Let us know. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, quick break. When we come back, we've got to examine something. I've got a clip for you, and it's from Wichita. You may have seen this. For those of you who haven't, we'll fill in the void there. But some woman is in this video in Wichita, and a person is grabbing her and pulling her away from a front door, and she is screaming, and they can't find her. They haven't located this person, and they're trying to figure out what the story is. You can see her pretty good on the video, and now we finally have some details coming in. It's a really weird story. So let's investigate together. Let's see what's going on here. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com.
Hello.
Instant oil change, traffic tip line.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to another Share the Show Tuesday. How are you? I'm Sean. This is behind the scenes on the show. Excuse me. Columbus never set foot in the Americas? True-ish. Yes. Columbus did a lot of exploring. Mostly stayed off the coast and basically had no idea where he was. That's the truth. Because they didn't know that the New World existed at the time. Although the truth of the matter is, afterward, there was something which I've told you about called the Black Legend, where people decided to go after all of the Spanish colonial efforts and make Columbus out to be far worse than he ever was. Not that he was good, but far worse than he ever was. He set foot in the Caribbean. Yes, that's true. Brisby says, Columbus was a terrible person, but likely most explorers, conquerors were too. Mostly, yeah, I think. Mostly, I agree. It's really like looking at things through a modern lens. Because this wasn't all like explorer comes to a territory and then just starts like annihilating all of the locals and doesn't ever try to get along with them. There's an anti-colonial activist arc that goes over all of this shit, and everything in that arc is nonsense. But yeah, I mean, these weren't great people. They weren't as bad as a lot of people say. Didn't he land on Plymouth Rock? No. Different chaps. Some different folks that landed there. Steven on YouTube says, if New York has any impressionable IQ, they don't strut their stuff on the roadways. I mean, when I think about the smartest states, I don't want to be biased here. Because I want to say Florida, because, come on, guys. A lot of us are in Florida. I don't quite know why, but my brain goes to Connecticut. And, like, there's states where I look at it and I'm like, some of these people are super smart. Like, you can't say that the Bay Area in California doesn't have some very smart people, like technology IQs. But as far as social and public policy IQs, like single digits maybe. But I wouldn't say Mississippi is the dumbest, personally. The dumbest, if I had to say it, I'm going to do it. I'm not trying to come at you. But the dumbest state, in my estimation, is Nevada. Nevada would be the dumbest state. I've met some really dumb people in Nevada. 3 minutes and we're back. Florida's full of northerners? Well, yeah, I mean, it kind of washes out some of this, right? Well, some of Florida is full of northerners. South Florida is full of Spanish people. All over, you know? Non-Hispanics are outnumbered in South Florida, so that's a whole different territory. But then, like, northern South Florida, Palm Beach County area, and central Florida, and east coast of Florida, those have a lot of New York transplants for sure, I think. Nevada, yeah. Radar says the Caribbean is part of North America, moreover, definitely part of the Americas, which included South America as well. I think the problem is when most people, at least from like childhood education, would think about Columbus, they literally would think about a little ship sailing over to the United States of America, right? We can agree on that? So if we see a little ship, you know, Columbus is on his little ship, and he's coming over, and he's landing in the United States of America, that didn't happen. I wonder what the ratio of born in Florida to born in any other state in Florida now? Let's see. What percentage of Floridians are born in Florida versus what percentage of Floridians were born in another state? Your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal 90 seconds. And COVID-19. Answer forthcoming. 22% of Florida residents as of 2023 are foreign-born outside the U.S. And 36% of Floridians, this is rough, 36% of Floridians born in Florida, 41% born in another state, 22% born outside the U.S. Crazy. Crazy. All right, here we go. Coming back now.
Without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it. Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Sports season is in high gear, and iHeartRadio's got it all. The NFL.
It's a touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Baseball postseason.
Tail time in game one.
College football, the NHL, and the NBA is about to tip off. It's all right at your fingertips on the iHeart app with play-by-play podcasts and local stations where you can join the conversation.
I agree with the last caller. We got to be done with that guy.
Join the millions who are already doing it. Open the free iHeartRadio app now. Sports on iHeartRadio, where fans live it.
Holiday Magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Deposit. DEPOSIT. That's deposit. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture. This
An email flying in. Plus, wait till you hear this audio of a woman in Wichita that is currently missing. We'll get to that in just a moment. Tips, TIPS at thenewsjunkie.com. And Bob emails the show. He's talking about states that he thinks are the smartest and dumbest because there was a map of the United States going viral. Florida was like kind of middle of the road, I think. And California was not doing very well in the IQ scale, according to this. Could all be nonsense, but it'll definitely get people fighting. So that'll be interesting for today. So Bob says, I've lived in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Colorado, California, and Florida. Bob gets around. I hate to say it, but I feel like the simplest people I talk to are in Florida. I love it here, though, maybe for that reason. What, is it like they make you feel smarter or something? He likes that. I have to defend Florida because I love Florida and I love Floridians, but I don't know. I don't know how smart we are on average. I was looking up during the break because somebody asked this in chat. They're like, what about Floridians and where they're from? And only 36%, this is an estimate, only 36% of Floridians were actually born in the state of Florida.
Really?
So I don't often run into too many people that were born in Florida and lived in Florida their entire life. I certainly, in town, outside of Courtney, don't run into too many people who are like born, in Orlando, raised in Orlando, been in Orlando their whole life. That seems to be rare. But 36% of Floridians were born in Florida. 41% were born in another state and moved to Florida, and 22% of Floridians were born in another place outside the United States. So foreign born is 22%, born in another state and moved to Florida, 41%. That's me. And then born in Florida, 36%, which is both of you, Sabrina and Sealand, I believe. So you're actually in almost a rare column there.
Dang,
for the
look
folks
at
who
us, Chris.
are in that. But I have to defend Floridians. There's some very smart Floridians. I can't believe that they isolated Mississippi as the dumbest state. It felt wrong, but we'll take your thoughts. You can send them over. What you think the smartest state and dumbest state and why. Send it over tips at thenewsjunkie.com as we go over this. There's a woman in a video, which I don't even know what to make of this. I'm just going to present it to you because I do find it to be something of interest that's making the rounds today. And apparently she's from Wichita, Kansas. Not sure how smart they are in the whole rundown of states. But Wichita police are asking for help identifying a woman. And they say she was taken by force on Sunday morning. The department posted these videos on social media. I've got one for you. It's very eerie. It's quite eerie. You see her through what I think is a doorbell camera, because it's obviously by a front door. But I hesitate because it doesn't say like Nest on it or Ring or anything where I can see. And she's on this, and you see a man who has his arms around her. And the video plays out like this. Here we go. All right. And he just grabs her and walks out of frame with this woman.
What the hell?
Very weird, obviously. You cannot see where they go off to. They kind of just fade into the night, and that's it. That's it.
You
But
can't really hear much after that initial scream.
no, you just kind of hear like a little bit of a squabble in the background. But this instant part was her, I guess, coming up to somebody else's doorbell in Wichita, and those people going, hey, something's not right here. Did that sound like Kevin to you? Like she's screaming. I mean, maybe
one more time.
Gavin.
Gavin. All right, well, here we go. Let's just try to super ears this. Here we go. I don't know.
Yeah, one of those.
I don't know. Because it's a screech. It's like a screech where something was almost in desperation. And they say Wichita police are now asking for help in identifying this woman. The video shows her being grabbed by another person. The incident was reported to police about 7:45 p.m. on Sunday. It's got a lot of people talking now. I think I have the response. Yeah, this is from Wichita Police. We've worked throughout the day on this investigation, the Wichita Police said, following up on numerous leads, and we appreciate the public's help. At this time, we have not been able to identify the female and male seen in the video. Exploring all options, we've reached out to our regional and federal law enforcement partners for additional assistance. Our team has processed the audio, reducing background noise, hoping that somebody will recognize her voice. Please take a moment to review the video. And that was what you just heard, right? That's like even cleaning it up a little bit.
They don't have any other cameras they could pull from as soon as they leave? Like no street cams, no other doorbell cameras in the neighborhood?
No, they only have released this according to the actual police investigating this. A lot of people in the comments are saying she screamed Kevin, and then somebody says she screams out the Spanish word "lamen," which means call, please, which would be like, I guess, like call 911. Let's listen to it one more time to see if we pick up on that.
Oh, Yamen. Oh.
And does it kind of feel like one of those Laurel Yanni things? Like you could probably get a different thing out of it. I'm now hearing Yamen, though. Yeah, which would be like call the police, call for some sort of emergency help. Then a lot of people around the country now looking for this person, trying to figure out what's going on. And you know what's so weird? There is a lot of reaction in the comments. Welcome to 2025, baby. AI. It's AI. This is AI. What are we freaking out? This is AI. Looks like one of those AI videos to me. Why? Well, one of the first things people started making with Sora and some of these other tools was security footage and stuff that kind of looked like this. And it's very convincing. So now
is that because
people
it's easier to fake footage that's blurry?
Maybe, like a lower quality footage is a little easier to fake. Like when you sent me the Martin Luther King sang stuff video, it's much more convincing because it's a dated, aged looking clip, and they, use technology to make it look like the time. But there's a lot of people thinking that this woman was, like this whole thing's not real. It does appear to be real. This is from somebody's front door, and we'll see if Wichita police solve this mystery. Hopefully they do. All right, we're going to get to you and your dispatches here momentarily. Lots of emails coming in. A lot of people worried about scams with the clip we started with. Man, that is so... seeing that poor lady so scared and
I'm in danger.
Yeah, and the cop comes up to her at the Bitcoin ATM, and the cop's like, stop. And the Indian scammer's on the phone with her, said like he thought he was so close to getting this big stack of cash from this scam.
Payout, man.
Yeah, they get these old people sometimes for maybe even six figures.
Also, kudos to the cop for stepping in there and stopping this lady from doing this. But him yelling at the scammer, it just seems
He's like, you don't want to start this fight with me, man.
Yeah.
What are you guys going to meet up in?
Exactly.
Also, his hand was shaking on the phone when he's like talking to the Indian scammer.
You're breaking the law. I was like, well, okay. Just hang up, man.
Come arrest me in another country.
Yeah, think about that in the reverse. If you're on the phone with some guy and he's like, I'm an Indian police officer, and you go, well, what are you going to do? Like, you can't do this. It's against the law. You're not going to feel a whole lot of fear over that, which is why they get away with so many of these scams. That's one of the problems here. Got Crypto is chiming in on this, actually.
Hey, Sean.
Hey.
You're absolutely right about educating your grandparents about scams and all that, but even your parents, even if they're not elderly, have all their mental faculties, just like mine, who did end up getting scammed for over $20K.
Damn.
It happens. Even though they know better, they get them into a state of fear, emotionally unstable. All they know is they want to fix the problem right in front of them, and they are given this easy solution. Even if afterwards everything seemed like the wrong decision and, really suspicious at the time, they're just straight up not thinking right, man.
Yeah.
It happens. Anyways, good message. Share it to everyone, guys.
I think it's an important one. Protect your grandma. And that's just a basic statement. You could spread that out to obviously anybody who might be taken advantage of with scams, but protect your grandma for real. I hesitate to play this, but our friend B-Dob's Chillin' has a response to the woman who died at her house.
He has some insight.
He would be somebody who I would definitely trust on this topic. This woman died at her house, and then maybe sometime later, her 4 dogs ended up,
having a snack,
feasting on her a little bit, I guess I should say. And I said, I can't believe that my dog would ever do that. I think my dog would valiantly lay beside me and die with some level of respect and dignity. B-Dubs might disagree. Let's see.
Happy Tuesday, junkies.
Hey.
So I'm listening to you guys talk about this story with the lady and the dogs, and how do I approach this topic lightly? But I have dealt with multiple different cases like this, where someone has passed away in the house. They're not found for a couple days, and the dogs end up doing what dogs do when they get hungry. I had one a couple years ago. Person had been there for a while and had 3 large pit mixes, and I think that made my Mount Rushmore of top 4 gnarliest things I've ever seen.
I don't want to know.
I do.
I don't want to know.
do.
No, I don't want to know about his Mount Rushmore of the top 4 gnarliest things he's ever seen. B-Dubs, no. I
mean, I kind of do, but then I will regret knowing it, right?
Yeah, if he said that kind of barely made it on the Mount Rushmore of the gnarliest things he's seen, what else? No, it's too dark.
Yeah.
Let's swerve.
Go ahead and
Let's
text
swerve.
me. I'll send a screenshot to the guy.
Please, no. All right, when we come back, something is changing forever. It's a name change. It's something that is you probably are familiar with it, but you're not anymore because they've decided now it's time to change everything. What's happening? How is this going to affect your life? Wait till you hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Real Music Weekends.
A little taste of fall out there, but
Hey, how are you, everybody?
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
You need blinds? At Blindster.com, we offer guaranteed low prices, guaranteed satisfaction, free samples, and free shipping. At Blindster,
I gotta tell you, it is really important, this whole protect your grandma thing. Every time we bring this up, I get so many emails, so many people reach out and say, that's happened to me with my family member. I see you in chat talking about it. These sons of bitches, no matter where they are, sometimes in India, but sometimes in the United States. Achoo!
Get out your phone.
Achoo!
20129. If you've already entered when the giveaway was 15, well then you're automatically eligible for that bump up to $25,000 in free.
They are willing to scam you, your grandma, or anybody else. It is a disturbing thing. But it's a reality.
Plus features like the Radio Dial podcast, artist stations, and more. Powered by City Kia.
2.5 minutes and we're coming back. A major property has decided to change its name for good. We'll talk about that. Thank you for the bless you. I appreciate it. That, as you could see, it was impactful. Nearly took me down. Folks, I'm working on a new video for this week, which will be on Facebook and YouTube. I'm excited to get this out there. The video that I'm posting this week is going to be about advances in police technology and how it should be like rocking everybody's world, but it's not really. Holy cow. It's going to be definitely an interesting video with a lot of stuff that people don't know or have not heard of yet. That you can look out for on Facebook and YouTube this week. Hello? Hi. What are you doing?
What am I?
What are you doing? I didn't say what are you. I know what you are.
I'm a human.
You're an adult human female.
I'm not an adult.
What are you then? We have to have a conversation. If you're not an adult, we have some problems. Please tell them you're an adult.
Not a girl, not yet a woman.
You're a woman.
I don't identify this way.
Yeah, well, too bad. Legally, you have to. Okay. See you later. All right, I got to get back. Okay, you have fun too. Be safe. I'm going to cover that video on stream. Don't you copyright me? I would never. Maybe though. All right, here we go.
It just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Rasmussen University is where passion meets education, offering over 60 career-focused programs ranging from nursing and early childhood education to business and IT. Whether you're starting fresh or leveling up, there's a path here built for your goals. Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. We've dropped prices on acres of new Hyundais. Visit headquarterhyundai.com.
Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture. This
on a Share the Show Tuesday, no less. Find out more about the show, go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. The update to the website is finally launched. Some stuff will be a little wonky, a little broken, a little this, a little that, but a lot of the stuff is up and working as intended. There's a new media player on there that's still not working perfectly, but it is way, way better and will be for all things like video dispatches or secret shows. There is a full-fledged site search over on thenewsjunkie.com now, and a brand new and revamped See It Now, which you'll notice more moving forward on the show, because with any visuals, I want to make sure we have stuff up over there on See It Now. And then other things when I talk about, people will email me all the time. They'll be like, what was that movie you talked about? What was this? What was that? What was this? I want to make sure all of those things are available and searchable on See It Now, so that afterwards, if you hear something on the show, you could go back and find all of that stuff. So nice. A lot of that is up there now in a new update on thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's see. A couple of things here. One is a big rebrand underway. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that it happened, but it did. Apple has just officially rebranded Apple TV Plus. All right? They said enough is enough. We cannot do this anymore. They said we are in search of a vibrant new identity. That is their quote.
Dang, so a full name change.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they went wild on this. They went wild on this because they said we are trying to search for a vibrant new identity. We got to stand out, and Apple TV Plus doesn't do that for us. So now they have announced. Can we have a drum roll? Do we have a?
Oh, I don't even know if we like. I mean, it's been so long since we've rolled that drum.
Yeah, let's do this because the vibrant new identity for Apple TV Plus. Ladies and gentlemen, the executives have weighed in.
4.
Welcome the brand new Apple TV. That's right. Yeah,
what
that's
do you mean?
Right. Yeah, I mean they
just
dropped. They took the plus. They took the plus
to further the brand confusion between the Apple TV device and the Apple TV service.
That's a good idea, guys.
This does not bode well for the Apple TV device. It does not bode well for that. It looks like they're just kind of replacing one with the other. Apple TV Plus is now Apple TV. I don't know if I can recover from this.
I don't think I can either. Now, let me guess. With this announcement, did they also throw in part of this vibrant new change? It's going to cost us more. By any
Not
chance?
yet.
Oh, okay.
No, not yet.
Usually that is hand in hand with these streaming companies.
I do love the logo reveals on this stuff, though, where they're like, Apple TV Plus, and now Apple TV. And they're
Minus
just like,
the plus.
it's less exciting than a bar rescue sign reveal, where they're like, all right, take it down. You know, John Taffer screams in the middle of the street, and you reveal that the place is now called the Corporate Bar, and everybody goes, ah. In this case, they just dropped the plus.
And then 3 months later, they're pirates again.
Right. We're back where they should have been. All right. Very controversial episode of Bar Rescue for those of you who did not know. But yeah, I mean, I'm an Apple TV guy. I've got Apple TVs all over the place in this house. And I feel every day more and more like they don't care about these devices and they're never going to update them. And
I just installed my mom's new TV that we got her for Christmas, like couple of Christmases ago.
Oh my God!
But
didn't come with free C-Lane installation.
It did. There were some other hurdles that needed to be cleared before that was able to go down. But now she's got her TV is on the Google system, like the Google operating system, and so she's learning that. And I'm trying to teach her like these are all apps now.
Didn't you have like a handwritten guide at some point?
That was for my TV at my house when she was staying there. And but probably got to pull that up at some point. But she's like, well, what does yours look like? And I go, each of our TVs is a different operating system. It's 3 different
What's
systems.
An operating
and she's
system?
like, are you serious?
She thinks it's pandemonium. She's like, wow,
Yes.
how could you do this?
I go,
how could you do it?
It's WebOS in the main room. It's Amazon TV outside. And then the one in the bedroom is Apple TV.
My parents were weird about that stuff, too. I don't know if this happened around your house. But when I was younger, I remember my cousin, his dad had bought a new TV at the time. There's like a big nice Sony television. And this is something that just doesn't really happen anymore. People are not like this anymore. But I remember coming home to my dad and I was like, we got to get one of those new TVs, one of those Sony TVs. And my dad's like, we are a Toshiba household.
How dare you? Go to your room.
And he's like, every TV in this house is a Toshiba. They're well made and they last a long time. And I remember thinking, why? Why? It's just a TV. But the brand allegiance with older people is something to, I don't know, maybe be looked up to.
Not in the household I grew up in. He's like,
no.
I'm going to find something on eBay that you've never heard of before, and I'm going to send you to college with it.
Got the job done, though. He was right about that. It did, I think, maybe. Got the job done. Real quick, let's work this in because it's making a lot of headlines today. The CEO, the founder and CEO of a company that I bet you have both heard of called Lending Tree.
Yeah.
Very, very big company that built a website that allowed you to like comparative shop lending quotes and stuff. The chief executive died in North Carolina on Sunday. And the information is just now coming in. Fatality. And the dude was young. It was Doug Lebda. And Doug Lebda was 55 years old. Not very old to be dying like this. He started the online lending business in 1996 and continued to guide the Charlotte-based company amid the booms and busts of the U.S. housing market. He died because he was driving around his property on a four-wheeler. This guy, I don't even know what his net worth is, but he's got to be worth a ton of money.
When you
He's
hear
cruising around,
driving on your property with four-wheeler, it kind of screams rich. He's not. Unless you're a farmer, I guess.
Because of where I grew up, I don't think rich. When I think about a four-wheeler on your property, I think redneck.
Good old boy.
Yeah, I think like mud, redneck, like off-road.
But if you've got acres upon acres, that's still not with some wealth attached to it?
It could be. And four-wheelers are much more expensive than they used to be when I was younger. I attach personally what you're saying with, I don't even know the name of them, but those six-wheel things, like
off-roading golf cart?
Yes, one of the that's what I like. The rich people I associate with those suckers, whatever they're called.
That kills a lot of people too.
This guy crashed in the four-wheeler and died. The founder and CEO of the Lending Tree Company was 55 years old. Shows you, be careful out there.
Wear a helmet.
Dangerous. It's like when I crashed the go-kart in my front yard. Nearly died. Not really, but my father was very, very upset at me. There was one tree in the front yard, and I hit the one tree with the go-kart. And when I crashed that, he goes, "There was one tree!" And I was like, "I don't know." And I look, he knocked down everything else in the front yard. There was one pine tree in the front yard, and I hit it with our brand new go-kart.
It's like finding the needle when there's no haystack.
I was embarrassed too. I was very, very embarrassed too. But we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got a gorilla to talk about at some point in time. Ooh. Some woman is very upset because she'd been made into fake news. We'll get into that. We got some updates on some big stories we've been talking about. A word to the gamers, and all of that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic's cleared up on most of the major roadways. You won't be running into any issues really affecting your ride here. Although on I-4, there's still some familiar delays piling up between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road. Traffic's wide open on Florida's Turnpike. No worries on I-95. Look out for an earlier accident getting cleared here on Colonial Drive near Lake Pickett Road. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Duke's Mayo. Duke's, it's got twang.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song.
Hello. It's a questionable time, and you know that when that right storm comes right up, Central Florida area, you can face yourself with
Kurt says Sean is a well-known great driver.
Come back on.
True.
Maybe.
Very true.
Back up from solar installers of Florida. The lights stay on.
Can we have a chat about something?
It's safe and comfortable because solar installers.
Is everybody willing to be honest about something?
Solar system built for Florida homes. Completely.
All right, I want to have a little chat about something.
All year long and reliable backup power.
I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they said that someone very close to them had recently gotten in trouble because within 6 months they had 5 speeding tickets. Okay? Within 6 months, this person had accumulated 5 speeding tickets. Like serious, significant speeding tickets. I, knock on wood, I haven't had a speeding ticket in over 20 years. What does that say about my driving? All right? I haven't had a speeding ticket in over 20 years. This person has had 6 or 5 speeding tickets in 6 months. This is like a personality type. This is a red flag that you are speeding this much or getting this many infractions. Last time you got a speeding ticket. Last time you got a speeding ticket. Hit me with it. Also, it's a Share the Show Tuesday, so hit that like button, please. Hit that like button. David says you're a slowpoke. Maybe, David, but look at me. No speeding tickets in a really long time. This is because I used to be so scared as a early 20s guy, and I was getting pulled over all the time and getting in big trouble all the time. And I was so scared of getting pulled over that I would drive perfectly the speed limit. 17 years, says Abraham Dragonfrat. 2009 was my last and only ticket. Kurt said never once. Kurt. Congratulate. Never one, not one ticket? Good for you. Aventosaurus says, 2017 when I bought my current car, I was trying to test the acceleration and I got a ticket. Oh, man. Kyle says it's been 20 to 21 years. Alicia says I never got one. Ryan got one 18 years ago on the beach for going 17 miles per hour. Cat Butthole says no tickets in 41 years. So, with this in mind, who are these people Who are these people who are getting 5 tickets in 6 months?
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC.
What is with that personality trait?
And fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get...
Chaos says 16 years, but I feel like I was profiled. He wasn't. He's very white passing. Tanya says, I've only had 2. Good for you, Tanya. I've been in 6 wrecks, but none were my fault? I don't know. Jackie says, no tickets my whole life driving. That, honest to God, I think that is a green flag. I say, and we'll talk about this in a bit, if you have never gotten a speeding ticket before, if you have never one time in your years of driving gotten a speeding ticket, that is the biggest green flag. That you, follow rules, care about things. You know, that seems like a good personality trait. Hands up for all you never got a ticket, people. Not one. Key says 17 tickets at once?
It just fits. Yeah, the first time.
Man kicking got 9 in a year? I'm telling you, I really think this is it's a personality indicator.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
There's no way it's not.
Things people love. Eligible items only.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment here. Leslie says 23 years ago for going 93 and a 70. Damn, Leslie.
Real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stool.
All right, hang tight. We're coming back.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic.
Also, I'm going to tell you about something that is a record because it has not happened in 30 years. We'll talk about that too. All right, here we go.
Food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Holiday Magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Dollar. DOLLAR. That's dollar. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Where breaking news meets broken people. This is the News Junkie.
Coming here. We also have you. You're going to join us, and I'm sure you've got something on your mind. Send us a dispatch. Record that over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Talking a bit during the break about this, and this is, I'll just share a very brief true story with you. I was talking to somebody recently, and they said that somebody who was very close to them had gotten 6 speeding tickets or 5 speeding tickets in the last 6 months. And I said, 5 speeding tickets in the last 6 months? That's unhinged. What's going on there? And I started to think, and I was like, I think perhaps all of you single people out there, you're putting the wrong things in your dating profile. Like you're putting things that are of course, important age, sex, location, all those things. But then you put other things that are kind of dopey. Like I don't really care what kind of music you listen to or this or that. But what I do think is a good thing is what we were talking about during the break was all of these people saying how long they had been without getting a speeding ticket. And if you are a single person and you put on your dating profile, I haven't gotten a speeding ticket in 10 years. That should be something where people are like, this is green flag city. Like, this is a person who follows rules, who has their life together. You know why you guys are saying this? Because I bet both of you have a speeding ticket within the last 10 years. Okay.
Yeah.
The rest of us people will go, it's somebody who follows the rules, somebody who's a normal person, somebody who like is not going to be some unhinged weirdo.
And then
because
what?
they
You
can
swipe
follow.
right? And what are we going to talk about on our first date?
Did I say
How
this was the
safe you
only
are?
thing on your profile? No. I'm just saying it's like, hey, you could say I'm into this, and I'm into this. And hey, by the way, I haven't had a speeding ticket in 10 years. That's
such a weird flex.
No, it's not.
Yes,
when's
it
the last
is.
time you got a speeding ticket, Celia?
It's been more than 10 years.
I don't know how much I believe this. I mean, because otherwise, where would the reaction come from? This is
a weird flex.
It's not a weird flex. It's an indicator of who you are as your personality.
Yeah.
If you're a person, if something like you, the person I was just talking about, they said they have 5 tickets in 6 months. You tell me that's not an indicator of their personality? What do we think? The cops are out to get this person?
No, it certainly is an indicator of their personality. However, I'm looking at the opposite. I'm looking at that profile as you've done your swiping in the dating world, and that pops up. I'm like, okay, what else?
It's not in all caps. No, it's not in all caps. It's there with all the other things that you're used to seeing. First of all, everybody cares about looks first. So you're going to see the person and be like,
Here's
they're
a
attractive.
picture of me with a fish. And then another picture of me with a fish.
Then you go, all right, what are the other things I could pick up from this person? I think leading the conversation with that question might even be useful. Like when you see somebody go, hey, what's your name? Okay, so nice to meet you. If there's any interest romantically between you, when's the last time you got a speeding ticket? If that person says, oh, I got like 3 last month, run as far as you can. That is red flag city.
They'll probably
Because
catch you with their speeding car.
The person is going to be somebody who doesn't want to follow rules, who drives like a mad person, probably like in and out of traffic, weaving in and out and all that stuff, probably blames everybody else for the speeding tickets that they've gotten. I really think this is a key thing for you to learn about other people. Booty Sweat says, I've got 5 tickets in 6 months is channeling I've eaten 40 pizzas in the last 30 days. This is sweating Papa John. Like, I've got 6 tickets. And I think the longer you've had since you got a speeding ticket, the more I trust you. All right? If I looked at the booking photos on the news website, every day, all those people that have been arrested, not a single one of them that hasn't had a ticket in the last year. Every one of those people are getting tickets. Every one of them. They're antisocial crazies. They're out there not following the rules, and they're getting tickets.
How long do you think it's been for me?
I think I remember you getting in trouble, but I don't remember if you got a ticket. Am I wrong to say you blew a stop sign or something like that?
No, I got pulled over.
You got pulled over for speeding?
Nope.
No?
Oh.
Well,
expired plate.
Oh, okay. That was the last time you got in trouble like that?
The last time I got pulled over, yes.
You already
11
know
years.
mine.
11 years.
I will go 12.
19 and a half years.
19?
Yes.
Well, then that's a green flag. That's fantastic.
I wouldn't put it on my dating profile.
I'm not saying it's like the key part about you guys. I'm just saying it's like, okay, do you think if you were able to see each person on a dating site, if you were able to see, and you wanted a long-term partner out of this date, all right? Do you think if you were able to see their credit score, it would be helpful?
Yeah. But then again,
I think this
part
is
of a
even more
generation's coming out of getting sweet college loans and not realizing the debt you'd be swimming in your 30s and 40s.
People going against the grain here, taking me on. BDMP says on Twitch, the more speeding tickets, the cooler the car and the more money you have.
Decent point.
This is a way to sniff it. Actually, the amount of speeding tickets you've had is a good thing. It's a way to sniff out somebody who's rich. That's what his theory is. I think if you are routinely getting speeding tickets, it is a red flag on you and a person that you probably steer a little clear from. All right? Steer a little clear from. Gaslight says, I haven't gotten a decent exposure ticket in 5 years. I'm going to put that in the profile. No,
That's a good one.
This is only for traffic infractions and speeding tickets, which I think is a good indicator if you haven't had one in a long time.
I haven't been accused of murder in just,
not that.
fortnights.
No, not that. Just the speeding ticket thing and tickets. Because it shows you have an agreeable personality and that you're probably a decent person. That's what I take from it, okay? We'll get your thoughts. Send those in, thenewsjunkie.com. You can send a dispatch or email tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Over in a little country that we like to call Japan. Congratulations, I have to say, to Kansai International Airport, KIX Airport.
You did it,
Congratulations to them. They did. Why am I saying congratulations to an airport? They just celebrated at this international airport in Japan. They have not lost a single piece of luggage in the last 30 years.
I've heard about this airport. I don't
30
understand
years.
how that's possible.
Do you think our local airports, like, do they lose 1, 10, 50 a day? Do they, like...
All the time. And lost luggage, we're talking about you'll never see it again, or things get mixed up, they're going to send it to you days later. I know that happens all the time, every single day, at international airports especially.
Right.
How does Japan manage?
They never lost any luggage. They handled at this airport about 10 million pieces of baggage last year. Never lost in the last 30 years a single piece of luggage. That's a green flag.
Do they have a different system than we do?
I don't know. Maybe they
and
do.
the only time, and I guess we have to ask someone who actually works there, or I'm sure there's a YouTube video, but I feel like I've never seen the inside of the tracks for luggage until that Scary Movie with Jason Bateman. If that's what it looks like, and the sorting of it all, does Japan do it differently?
If they do, shouldn't we copy that? Because they're killing it. They won World's Best Airport for Baggage Delivery 8 times, so they're really on to something here. Why give it to anybody else? Just keep giving it to them. Are you getting bored of giving them the award? They've never failed. Not one single piece of luggage.
Now I want to somehow make some way for them to lose the luggage.
I think you want to be the guy.
I think, like, if you at this airport, if you go up to the counter and say, "Hello, my luggage is lost," they walk you into a door. They have to scan a key card to get into the door, and then you get put into a clean room and shot in the head.
Just ceremonial killing of you, and enough's enough.
Oh,
and
I didn't lose them.
And if they had a profile for the airport, wouldn't it be a good idea to say, hey, we haven't lost a single piece of baggage in the last 30 years? The average person would look at that and go, that means you're doing things good. That means you're good.
It sounds like they got
same thing.
Just a lot of hands in this, which, like, a meticulous handling system. Each bag is checked multiple times by 2 to 3 staff members to ensure it matches the departure record and prevent misplacement. The airport follows a manual tailored to each airline's requirements, ensuring consistent and precise handling for all types of luggage.
Can we get a copy of that manual?
Yeah, really?
We would benefit from that. They're doing great. Also, Japanese people, I think, are less likely to steal. I think Americans steal more.
A significant number of passengers using KIX are on point-to-point flights, which greatly simplifies baggage transfer processes. Not a lot of connections.
Oh, okay. That does make it easier for you. But impressive nonetheless. So good for them. Congratulations.
The weird part is they're crediting the airport with not losing your luggage. But when this happens, don't you usually say the airline lost my luggage?
Yeah, I think so. Right. Yeah, I would not blame it on the airport, but maybe they are the ones to blame. Actually, we're yelling at the wrong people. Maybe it's different considering some of the circumstances. All right, let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch, tips, TIPS at thenewsjunkie.com. Anonymous emails the show. Anonymous says, Sean, I work at a bank, and people get those scam calls all the time that it's their bank, and they have to verify personal information, and our customers actually give it out. So we instruct them as often as we can to call the number you have for us, like call the bank's number, before you believe we have time to call you about random things with your account. We don't even call people about overdrawing their accounts. They get a notice in the mail. I love you all. My 3 best friends, says me.
Dumped it up?
Did you get that? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's my bad. I started with anonymous and I ended with their name. So
I didn't even put the two together. I'm like that.
No,
So
hang on.
overdraft. I can't remember the last time we got.
This anonymous person was talking about how they worked at a bank and they get a lot of scam calls. And they said, we don't have time to call you about random things. So make sure you're calling the bank back to check. Love you all, my three best friends.
Anonymous.
Says anonymous. Says anonymous. Be clear about it this time.
So as somebody who has had the same bank forever and overdrafted plenty of times, I've never got a notice in the mail about it.
I usually
used
get it
to.
on an app.
I used to way back in the day. You would get like mail that said you overdraft, and here's the fees and stuff. But now the email is so prevalent, and like they're they're not even
I don't
getting
even
a
know
lot
if I've
of
got an
mail.
email. I just checked.
Really?
I just checked my account and it's like, guess what, dummy?
Put some more money in here, please. Another email, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. What's up, news junkies? I'm sure you already know this, but most of these Indian scammers work in an office building, and the money that you're stealing goes to their boss. The scammers themselves are paid almost nothing. In that scam, the scammer would have If that scammer would have gotten $23,000 from that lady, he probably would have gotten a couple of dollars at most. There are a bunch of really good YouTube channels who have joined up with police and hacked these scammers and actually intercept and stop the
Those are my
transfer of money.
favorite.
Definitely worth checking out. I've seen that as well, emailer. I appreciate that. Yeah, those are always a good time. I don't want to let the regular people off the hook either. It's India. There are tons of jobs. There are good jobs in India. Their economy is building a lot and has over the last couple of decades. There's no reason for people to be doing this. They are not financially destitute and forced into this. In fact, it's usually not coming from those countries. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? If it was like the most impoverished countries in the world that were trying to scam everybody else. But no, it's not. It's people with some technological savvy, people who realize that a lot of the local police don't care if they hack people in other countries, and so they get away with it and they do it. And it tends to be the reason why all this happens. All right, keep those emails coming in, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Let's see here. I'll save a bunch of these emails that are coming in, and we'll get to this gorilla story, believe it or not, and a woman caught up in some fake news. These are very, very, very interesting, full of twists and turns. And you know what? They're also coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
You can call me Puzzle Master.
Definitely not going to do that.
How about Big Daddy?
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Traffic's wide open on most of the major roadways this afternoon, and there's no surprises that'll be affecting your drive on the roadways here. We got ongoing construction slowing things down on John Young Parkway southbound approaching the Greenway, and on I-4, it's going to be your typical delays slowing down between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road. But if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida West Volusia Emergency. HCA Florida West Volusia Emergency in DeLand is now open. Visit HCAFloridaHealthcare.com to learn more. This emergency department is part of HCA Florida Lake Monroe Hospital. This is not an urgent care center. Its services are billed at hospital rates.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Streaming only on Hulu.
Right now.
Jelly Roll! Hi, this is Ed Sheeran. LL Cool J! Brian Adams. Make some noise for Tate McRae. Hey, I'm Sammy Hagar.
Mariah Carey.
We have Room 5. Good evening. Glorilla!
Hey, this is John Fogerty.
And so much more.
See it all at our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. Streaming only on Hulu right now.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call.
Hello. Want to win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW.
Hey, everybody. A minor unban request. I mean, it's like loosely an unban request. Bacon and eggs. Emails, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. That's so loud, isn't it? It's like, It's the most aggressive thing. Bacon and Eggs emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. It says, "Hi, Sean. Now you see how retarded your fan base can be. Now they're going to come for your head like they do me. Time to unban me now. Either way, I'm proud of you for telling the truth," Bacon and Eggs said. I'm not going to unban you. I don't even remember what you were banned for to begin with. But I'm going to need an official ban request if you want me to even consider that and bring it to the stream people. But I think he's talking about the video I did yesterday on Facebook by saying how retarded your fan base can be. I disagree. I think the fan base of this show is a lot of just normal people. But one of the problems is, over the years, along with all those normal people, there's a lot of like really political people. They tend to be like way far off to the left side, but they're also far off to the right side. They're those like 10% on the margins of people who want you to agree with them all the time. And so they will go nuts over anything that doesn't reflect their outlandish, extremist, in my view, in most cases, political values. So I posted a pretty simple and obvious video yesterday, and there were a handful of people. Most people seem to agree and appreciate it or whatever. There are a handful of people who melt down over this shit because their brains are scrambled on politics. I don't believe that is some kind of indication as to what's going on with the fan base for this show. I don't really think, as the title implies on the show today, that people are mad at me. I think we have this small percentage of people. They've also built up in this audience over the years, because for a lot of time I would try to stay away from too many partisan political things, but I couldn't be more clear about this. If you're one of those people, if you're one of these extremist people on the fringes, I don't want you. Okay? I literally don't care. I don't want you. I want you to jump off board. I want you to disappear. I don't want you as part of the audience of this show. I don't want people who are going to try to keep me to a purity test. I don't want people who get mad at something and I'll be like, tell me what you were upset about in the video. Like one woman who's like complaining in the thread of this video. Tell me what you're upset about in this video. They can't tell you what they're upset about because they're just a radicalized fucking retard who reads at all of this stuff. So there are a small amount of those people on both sides of the political extremes who follow this show, and I don't care if they get mad. Literally don't care. I'm going to post whatever videos I want. I'm going to post things that I find interesting, things that I find to be on the pulse of what's happening out there and what people want to talk about. I don't care if people think I am biased. I don't care if you think I'm MAGA or I'm some left-wing fucking lunatic. I don't care. I don't care. I spent far too long caring about that, and it actually set me up for bad outcomes. So I have to reverse that. I'm happier with rattling the cage and making some of these fringe people mad so that they go away and foster a better audience in the long term. And that's the truth, my friend. That's the truth. I don't think it helps to call people names. I don't care. I don't care. If the people are going to be upset at me and calling me names, they tend to, they usually try to like use Sabrina and C-Lane as a wedge issue. Like, oh, Sabrina and C-Lane are scared. They can't say it. It's like, come on. What am I supposed to say to that? I'm a straight shooter. I'm me. It's who I'm going to continue to be. I don't give a shit about this tiny percentage of people. Okay? Don't care. Is this good for viewership? It's great for viewership. Great. Great for viewership. Trust the plan, my friend. All right, here we go.
Real Radio has your chance to win those and listen now.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Holiday Magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Dollar. DOLLAR. That's dollar. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Mainlining to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
All right, my bad. Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can learn more about what's going on around here and get your thoughts in on the program at any point today by simply recording them. A video or audio dispatch is welcome. Record yours at thenewsjunkie.com right now. I would have freaked out if this happened to me. Thankfully, it didn't. But there was a lot of people who were at this zoo in San Diego. Let me see if I can bring this up. And
like the zoo?
I think it was the San Diego Zoo. I'm just imagining that's the case, right? Yeah, San Diego Zoo.
I went there earlier this year. Beautiful place.
I hear good things. Yeah, I hear good things. Did you see when you were there the
panda?
No, the gorillas. They have a gorilla enclosure there.
Yeah, I spent a good amount of time with the gorillas. There's also a moment I had with the chimpanzees that I'll never forget because visually it was the nastiest thing I've ever seen. It was there was an examination of sorts.
Oh, they do that. Yeah.
And then right there in front of the window, and my favorite part was the volunteers that they have. Mm-hmm. They're trying to explain, who's who and the age, and I'm like, are we not going to address that they're digging for gold right now?
I can see you. I can see what's going on here. Yeah. This might have been one of the gorillas that you saw. It very well could have been. It's a 400-pound gorilla named Denny, and everybody was gathered around, and I guess the gorilla ran at the glass and broke the glass in front of everybody.
That glass is very thick.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know
surprising.
that I've not heard of this happening before, I don't think. This is supposed to be a clip of it. Let's see. Oh, it's cracked. Yeah, you could see that it's cracked. I didn't hear much, but the glass is cracked.
Who was on the other side?
The gorilla ran full speed up to the glass and hit it. And it's cracked. It didn't break all the way. That would have rocked their worlds if that gorilla came right through the glass, though.
Yeah. And then think the glass is super thick because it's supposed to be for a gorilla enclosure. And now if it's in pieces, it's in super huge shards.
You got gorillas with big chunks of glass running around.
People.
Yeah, this is going to be frightening. But the gorilla's okay, which is good news. Everybody else was okay as well. Also good news. People said it felt like an earthquake before we realized it was just him hitting the glass. It was pretty scary. There were definitely people that were there very quick, like the security guards. The zoo handled the situation well.
So did he get harambeed?
No. Thank God they've removed the gorillas and put them in like a backstage area of the zoo, and then they're like replacing all the glass that was broken by them. I thought for some reason I thought it was like bulletproof or something.
Yeah, I mean it's very, very thick.
Yeah. You could see like
strong gorilla.
Yeah, that shows you how much power those animals have. Whenever people have these conversations about you versus a gorilla, or what kind of animal you could take down, gorillas are the most difficult in that world because
Go back
they
to
are
that video.
Yeah, they're so jacked, man. And they're fast. I don't know how fast a gorilla can run, but it ain't slow. Probably
top speed
12 to 14 miles per hour.
Western gorilla, 25 miles an hour.
Whoo, that thing's smoking.
Eastern gorilla, 25 miles an hour. I don't know why they separated that.
Yeah, so 25 mile an hour, John, is fast for a gorilla. That's pretty damn impressive.
What about a southern gorilla?
They kind of just chill.
Slow. Yeah, very, very slow. Just there's not a lot of predators there, apparently. But there's predators for these animals, and they were going after them by smashing the glass at this zoo in San Diego. problem solved. They're fixing it. We're all good. Nobody Harambe'd in the process. So that's all very, very good news. All right. I wanted to get this last story that I teased. We're going to find out what's happening in the next episode shortly here on the show. There's a woman who's very upset, though. Let me see if I can bring up the story on this, because this woman is from College Station, and she said that she has been the victim of fake news. All right?
Oh,
she's upset.
no.
And she said somebody used her photo in a fake news story, and she's going out to the media to say this is unacceptable. Can't believe that somebody would suggest that I do this. People are now coming up to me thinking that I've done this terrible thing. The crime she's accused of in the fake news story is pretty funny, but let's see if they mention it. This is from KBTX.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Rusty Surrett. A College Station woman says a mugshot was used in a viral social media post that's been viewed millions of times. Now,
all right, millions of times. So this has gotten around. Let me turn this up just a little bit here. And that way we can hear Rusty a tad better. But the mugshot has been used in a story that's been viewed millions of times, and she says it's not true. I'm being shamed here. I wish I could go after these people, but I can't.
Which is a public record, is real, but the story that was shared with it is one that's been made up.
The mugshot's
real. Her story is an example of how easy it's getting to ruin someone's life on the internet. KBTX's Donnie Tuggle has more on what legal experts are saying can and can't be done.
Rusty to Donnie, here we go.
What began as a social media post with fake information has now become a nightmare.
Donnie is a big boy. Donnie that's one of the bigger reporters I've seen. I don't want to come between Donnie and, well, anything. Now that I'm just looking at Donnie Tuggle here. He's on the case.
I appreciate that that's his job, though. What a cutie.
He's got to be 500 pounds. This is a large man.
I don't know about
more?
5. No.
It depends on how tall he is. I can't tell how tall Donnie is, but he's a big boy.
4'2", actually.
He's in a big suit here. But let's see what he's doing with this case.
For one Brazos Valley student, and a warning about how fast misinformation can spread. For Megan Davis, Howdy Week was supposed to be a fresh start. Instead, it ended with the night she'll never forget. Davis was arrested for public intoxication.
All right, so she got arrested for public intox, and she had this mugshot, and I guess the mugshot went around, and it's this blonde lady, and she's like, that's all well and good. Everybody makes mistakes. We all have our bad days. I feel for her. You know, I've got a mugshot that floats around out there, too, and it's not pleasant to look at for me. It was a long time ago, and, you know, I was not innocent at the time. I did indeed I forgot what I was even accused of, but
you did it.
Drunk in public or something, probably. Same kind of thing as this one.
When you had bacon in your pocket?
No, I don't think. I think this was. I think this was when it was a strip club parking lot incident, as I believe. But this woman says they took her mugshot because she's like this blonde, and they used it on a story that wasn't real, and that's the one that went viral.
August, just weeks after losing her mother.
Looking at it now, I definitely wasn't ready to be in that kind of social setting or to allow myself to have that much alcohol. I definitely overdid it.
Her mugshot was posted on a local page that shares arrest. Months later, that photo resurfaced with a fake story claiming she was a waitress.
All right, okay. Here's the story that went viral.
Okay, so I did see this.
It says a night out. It's got her mugshot, and she's claiming to be a victim of this. It says a night out at a St. Louis Olive Garden spiraled into chaos when a furious 26-year-old waitress was arrested after what police called a gratuity dispute gone wild. Witnesses say the server snapped when a couple skipped out on a tip after a $94 date night feast of pasta, wine, and appetizer. She allegedly slammed the receipt on their table, yelling, "Unlimited breadsticks doesn't mean unlimited free labor," then hurled a basket of Olive Garden breadsticks at the man, hitting him square in the chest, before shoving his date into the wall. Diners screamed as the scene unfolded, and one customer live streamed the incident. So the story about the Olive Garden breadstick attack, obviously not true, and attached to her mugshot, she's not thrilled.
Lewis that threw breadsticks at Olive Garden customers over a tip. Even Olive Garden commented on the viral post, letting everyone know it was not true.
Honestly, it's giving me a lot of anxiety and a lot of depression. I just don't know what to really do.
The post, which was only deleted today, came from Pure Videos, a page with over 1 million followers that creates viral content for clicks.
Fake
Even what's
content.
being shared isn't true. KBTX legal analyst Shane Felt says tracking down the page's owner can be tricky, and social media platforms often have the law on their side.
Yeah, also, just for the record, I don't even need to hear the attorney say this. It's not only that you can't go after the social media platforms. A lot of the people who are running these viral pages are from other countries. So, like, they just take your photo, they slander you, and there's nothing you can do. You just have to take it on the chin. That's what she's going to have to do. I would tell you, maybe the bad idea is going to the local media about it, because that's just going to further the problem. At least I would think. Like, I don't know if that's going to make it
not if you're going
better.
viral for the stupid Olive Garden story.
I would just duck and wait it out personally. And I might try to get like a post out there in case people searched and found my personal accounts. I might be like, hey, if you find this not a true story, I've never worked at Olive Garden, I never did those
But
things.
since we're here, buy my T-shirt that I'm holding breadsticks. Like, little John makes
perhaps that's a better strategy, just leaning into it. If millions of people are thinking
Everyone loves breadsticks.
you're the Olive Garden attacker, you do a photo shoot with this and just lean into it. That might be a better idea, because that one you have a little bit more control over, I think. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch in over at thenewsjunkie.com or email tips@thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get to more of those momentarily when we come back. The next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Science has now determined the scariest movies of all time, and M. Night Shyamalan has determined the dumbest movie idea to date. Taylor Swift continues to break records, one being album sales, the other a hairbrush. Plus, a modern-day warrior surely could not afford today's Tom Sawyer reunion show, can they? All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James Miguel and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Happy Tuesday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, it's going to be another spectacular day. Low humidity, abundant sunshine, pleasant temperatures. Plan for highs to be a degree or two below normal with a high of 85 degrees in Orlando. We'll stay nice and dry today. However, tomorrow and into Wednesday, we'll see some clouds roll in, breezy winds, along with a risk of a couple of stray showers, about a 20% chance of rain. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Today's not just any day, it's your lucky day. Staples Easy Deal Days are extended now through October 18th. Easy Rewards members score up to 40% off more than 1,000 products in-store and online. Head to your local Staples store or visit staples.com to save while supplies last. Staples, that was easy.
My testosterone is back, baby, thanks to Red Mountain Weight Loss. Man, it was really low, and I called Red Mountain Weight Loss and got my testosterone where it needs to be. And I got to tell you, when your testosterone's right, you feel a lot better. You don't feel sluggish anymore. You don't feel like you're unfocused. You don't have problems in the bedroom. Things are better.
Hello.
Like Red Mountain Weight Loss, and it's awesome talking to the people, and they make it super easy. So if you're losing testosterone and you're having a problem with energy and building muscle mass, you need to give them a call. I did.
Come on.
It's Red Mountain Weight Loss. To book your free video consultation with a licensed doctor today, just get online, get real testosterone from real doctors.
There we go.
Real great results. Go to redmountainweightloss.com, redmountainweightloss.com, or
Okay. The next episode coming up momentarily on the show. Which one of you guys pissed Shawnee Boy off today? What makes you think I'm pissed off? Where are you getting that from? Barbara, you too. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Bring it, Sean? What are you talking about?
As we head into the busy holiday season, now is the perfect time.
Sean is bipolar? Yeah.
For 25 years, the Philadelphia Eye Institute has given Central Floridians freedom from glasses and contacts.
I can't believe these people are using people's mugshots for likes and views. That is a cottage industry, okay? There's so many small internet content cottage industries. And people are, generally speaking, gullible enough to fall for a lot of their content. Like, there's a decent amount of police body cam footage in YouTube videos. You're watching it, it's like way over the top and ridiculous. It's fake. There's some of it that is like created by these production companies who hire actors and they stage these incidents. It's crazy. Jensen, are you like in desperate need of attention today or something? Are you not okay? What's going on?
Your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu.
Use the most offensive things and they will click?
Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you...
I'm going to put you up now. You have 50 seconds.
This.com. Sponsored.
Okay, we're coming back. People have no shame for internet points? Yeah. All right, 30 seconds. We're coming back. Here we go.
Good mayo, Duke's mayo. It'll make any dish say. Get Duke's mayo in store. It's got twang.
Your radio just got a digital upgrade.
With the free iHeartRadio app, you can save your favorite stations, playlists, and podcasts.
With easy presets.
It's your personal audio passport. Get what millions already have.
The free iHeartRadio app.
The #1 app for radio.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Broadcasting live from the world's most dysfunctional think tank. This is the news.
What's happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. And you too can join us on the show. That's right. You can join us, and all you have to do is send a dispatch. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. That's thenewsjunkie.com. Oh, is that true? The R&B singer D'Angelo?
No.
What song do I know from D'Angelo? Is D'Angelo dead at 51?
Yeah, after a private battle with pancreatic cancer.
Oh, man. Oh, that sucks. Wow. D'Angelo. What's the song I know by this person, though?
Let's see. Unshaken, Cruising, Lady, Brown Sugar.
Brown Sugar sounds familiar.
Sing it.
No, I don't know. How do you use it's like D''Angelo, right?
Yeah.
Angelo. There it is. D'Angelo. Michael Eugene Fisher already updated the wiki, man. They are so fast at this. Better known by D'Angelo has died. You Will Know is his 1994 single. Damn, it goes all the way back to then. Lady is one that peaked on the top 10, the Billboard Hot 100. And he collaborated with Erykah Badu, Lauryn Hill, and then some other folks that I don't recognize. Died on October 14th at the age of 51. Damn, that's brutal, man. I do remember him. I'm familiar at least somewhat. I don't know how the song goes, but I bet if you played it, I would know the words. That would be my guess. Right now, here we go. Let's get into it. Let's do the news, junkie. I mean, sorry.
Whoops.
I'm reading something.
Do you need a minute?
No, I'm reading something. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Click it. Tell her to click the thing. She is not going to click it. She is not going to click it. Click it. Tell her to click it.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. stuff is right. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. That's his website. It's also the place where you get the process started of refinancing, buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, reverse mortgages, HELOCs. How about an SBA loan? If you have an existing one, then he might be able to get you to a sweet fixed rate that's way less. Put cash back in your pocket where it belongs. All of those things, just know you're working with someone you could trust who has your back, and that's That Mortgage Guy Don.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
It was a mere 53 years ago, 1972, when this guy right here, not them, but
Joe Cocker?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Cockmeister was arrested on this day following a concert in Australia.
Very little known nickname that followed him around.
No,
Yeah, I heard that.
those closest to him.
Yeah.
However, the Australian police called him Crook, Crikey Crook.
Okay.
They found some gigaweed in his pocket, as well as some black tar H, which is heroin, and also
Really?
some hypodermic syringes in his possession. He faced up to 2 years in jail, a fine of $2,000, or I believe 1,500 kangaroos, but was released in order to leave the country within 4 hours. So he dipped.
I wouldn't picture him as the type, you know?
Back in the day, in the 70s, everyone did black tar H.
I guess so.
And now we're back in 2025.
Imagine being told you have to leave a country in 4 hours.
I'm
That'd be
out.
exhilarating.
Or be in prison for years. What did I just say? Yeah, 2 years in jail. Honestly, with that amount of drugs and stuff, 2
Yeah.
years is not like super harsh of a
I
sentence.
would haul ass. I would have done the same thing he did.
See you later. 2025, here we are, and it is all coming up. Taylor, The Life of a Showgirl, sold a massive amount of copies in its first week. 4 million, to be exact.
Not bad.
That's what they call equivalent album units, which include both pure album sales and streaming activity. The most of that was pure album sales, surprisingly. Almost 3.5 million.
Quick question.
Yeah, what up?
Do we think it's cheating when they do this stuff like Taylor Swift did, where they have like different album cover variants and stuff?
Why would that be cheating? Because people would collect them all?
Yeah, people are buying more than they otherwise would be, but I guess like it's still an album sale, right?
I also did that with vinyl. Did they know?
Yeah. Well, they've done things where it's like you buy the album, you get this thing for free to juice the numbers up. I think she was kind of doing that stuff.
I don't think it's any more than I think there's been bands that have done the you get a digital download of their latest album when you buy concert tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And
I remember that, and I'm this dial-up's going to take forever to get the digital album.
I think that, I think the because you purchased the concert ticket and it came with the album, it counted as album sales. And so, like, there's been a couple bands who've debuted at number one with their album because of that.
They say both of the numbers are the largest weekly sums of the modern era, going back to 1991. Adele's album 25 had previously held both records.
One of those vinyls is at my house.
This also is Taylor's 15th number one album. That breaks her out of a tie with Drake and Jay-Z for most number one albums by a solo artist. Taylor's number two on the overall list, behind whom? With 19 chart-topping albums.
I was
Your
going to say
answers?
Eminem, but I
No.
don't think Eminem has enough albums to do 19.
I will tell you if...
is it a woman or a man? Is it a woman or a man?
Men and Half Dead.
Beatles.
Half Dead.
The Beatles is right.
Okay. That makes
Imagine.
They had 19?
They have 19 chart-topping albums.
For some reason, Beatles was the first band I thought of, but I didn't know that it was that many.
Yep, and I don't think the Beatles had a $40 hairbrush. I sent you the link to the group chat.
I'm looking at this now. Yeah.
Fans are, I don't know, mocking in a way of how ridiculous this is. A $40 Life of a Showgirl hairbrush, part of the official merch line, going viral for not the greatest of reasons, and it's getting roasted.
It doesn't
like
have
Sean will be
the-
on October 30th. The news
It doesn't have the hairbrush part.
You're looking at the top of it.
Am I?
Yeah,
Yeah,
see
and
that
you're
dab
looking
of
at-
glue on the
Yeah.
wood?
Yeah.
That's where the part on the right was supposed to stick on, and apparently it's not doing a very good job.
Oh, okay,
For
I see.
$40, you would hope that would stay in place, but
Yikes.
nay. The uproar began when that actually was posted. The $40 Life of Showgirl hairbrush, which arrived damaged. My Showgirl hairbrush came broken. Thanks, UMG, she wrote, and that garnered almost 2 million views. The official website indicates that the $40 hairbrush is made of a bamboo base and cellulose acetate. Perfect for shiny locks of hair.
Do we think we're seeing the beginnings of some sort of Taylor Swift backlash? Because I see
it's
some
just the
people talking
hairbrush?
about that. No, more so than that. I saw a little pushback on her album where some people were like, "Oh, this album's not good. It sucks." And
It's got some
It's like every
catchy
album.
tunes. But yeah,
I feel like she's kind of like, I want her to tap the brakes a little bit. I want her to.
She is. No more tour. She's doing
No,
other
but,
projects, though.
Like you say, no more tour, but I just heard they announced that they're doing a 6-part series or something on
there's
Disney Plus for
a
her
full
tour.
concert
that happened.
film and behind-the-scenes docuseries.
Yeah.
Disney Plus until they drop the plus. Like Apple.
It's too much. It's a lot.
Not when you're a Swiftie. Are you a Rushie, though?
What's a Rushy?
Come on.
Oh, Big Time Rush? Yeah, I love them.
Nope,
Love them.
that's
Big Time
not it.
Rush.
Rush, the band Rush.
Thank you, Z-Lane. 2 points for you. And Rush fans are really mad because for some reason they're selling their tickets for Taylor Swift prices. There's an
Without
upcoming-
Neil Peart?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Without Neil. According to Alternative Nation, nosebleed seats are going for more than $300. Nosebleeds, remember. You can't even see them.
Who's
Neil
replacing Neil Peart on the, somebody name it, what is it? What did Neil Peart play?
Drums?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, is he the most famous dude who is like not a singer that plays the drums?
How
Because it's
dare
crazy.
you.
Like
Alex
they're
Shona
like,
from A Day to Remember.
well, yeah, but
Tommy Lee.
I don't mean this as any slight against Alex in the slightest. He's a great guy, very, very talented in so many ways. But do you think there's a lot of bands where they would go, "Oh, it's not the original drummer. I don't even want to see them."
Oh,
That's crazy. I mean,
I don't
that's
know if
for
Alex
that
was
price?
the original drummer for.
no, he
Yes,
wasn't.
he
no.
was.
No, I don't think he was. I think he was like mega young when they found him. He started playing for A Day to Remember, as far as I could tell. But I don't know. Like if let's say a band that you like Brand New, Sabrina. If they're like Brand New is
Can't go
touring,
see him in concert.
but it's not going to be with their original drummer. I don't care.
It depends on the band.
Yeah, it really does. Now, the original drummer, I think, was still with them, but like Taking Back Sunday, they replaced, for the longest time, it was the same group. The
Yeah.
guitarist left. I've seen them since, and everything kind of like worked out just fine. I interviewed them with the new guy as well, and then another guy left. But you have your front man who is as eccentric as Taking Back Sunday's Adam is, then maybe you get distracted. Maroon 5. Couldn't tell you what those
I wouldn't
band
know.
members look like, just
Yeah.
what Adam's nipples look like.
I mean, I'm saying this as an ultimate compliment to the drummer in question because obviously, like that's how amazing this drummer is.
It really depends on the band, the type of music that they play, and the role the drums play in the music. Like,
I mean, with Rush, they play a lot of roles.
People with some good
Big
points,
role.
but they're not really landing. Ryan says Phil Collins, but that doesn't count because he was a singer. Dave Grohl, same thing. But Travis Barker is a good point.
yes, Travis Barker is an excellent point.
That's a
That's a
good
big
point.
band.
I've
big
seen
part.
Blink 182 where they swapped out the one dude for the guy from Alkaline Trio. But if it had been Travis Barker, I think there would be, especially the big
Sure.
Blink fans, would have been kind of pissed about that.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I think
so
it's
this is just 2/3 of the band. They're also selling premium packages that range from $650 to $2,500. The packages aren't really offering anything beyond a laminate and other trinkets, plus early access to the merch booth. So have a great time, Rush fans, with the 2/3 of the band.
Early access to the merch booth.
That's
All
right. You can stand in line while the band already starts.
Congratulations.
And time has flown by, so I shall give you the boob tube. We got Dancing with the Stars on ABC and Disney Plus, The Voice on NBC, 23rd season premiere of NCIS Origins, NCIS Sydney, On Brand with Jimmy Fallon, Splinter Cell, Death Watch on Netflix, and you can catch Drewski on Fallon. That's a repeat, never mind, Naomi Watts, brand new on Kimmel. Follow your dreams of me on Instagram, at Sabrina Amber. Most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. This website you sent me to with this Taylor Swift thing, as I scrolled down, it let me think even more about that potential backlash thing. Like the related post from this same site. This site is coming at her. The story is about the hairbrush going wrong, but then it says related. Morphing into MAGA. Taylor Swift fans call out cosmetic procedures after new interview goes viral.
Cosmetic procedures?
I don't know. Dr. Sparks Frenzy, another story, after suggesting Taylor Swift is pregnant due to visible changes in viral video. Then she suddenly looks like Caitlyn Jenner. Taylor Swift's look amid album release draws wild reactions. Like,
all right.
What website is this? They've got a
WeHateTaylor.com?
Yeah, they got a Taylor boner here.
I would guess it's just like an internet traffic deluge when you write about this kind of stuff. It's called. Well, no, it's not to say that it's not an actual thing. Somebody did post this, and it's gotten a big response on Twitter/X. But it's boardpanda.com is the place that posted it.
They've been around for a minute.
It's like a viral website.
Hello?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Super viral.
That's my
Panda's
thoughts on
still
that.
bored.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will get into something that's happened with a very big Hollywood star. This person is, they're coming out and defending themselves after something has gone wrong. And it's not Taylor Swift, just for the record. We'll get into what's happening with this person. Plus, Trump is upset about a magazine cover. They used a photo of him, and he's like, how dare you? Shame on you. Did they purposely pick a bad photo? We'll talk about that. And has it happened to you on a much smaller level? Maybe so. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Win tickets to the Tampa Bay Bucks game Wednesday on our Instagram at Real Radio 1041.
There's road rangers off to the shoulder, clearing up a disabled vehicle, slowing things down on I-4 eastbound, approaching World Center Drive. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways there. It's going to be your typical delays getting through that amusement park area.
Hang tight, folks.
From Traffic Center of James, Birmingham.
Gotta grab a clip real quick.
Sponsored by Staples. Today's not just any day, it's your lucky day. Staples Easy Deal Days are extended now through October 18th. Easy Rewards members score up to 40% off more than 1,000 products in-store and online. Head to your local Staples store. Visit staples.com to save while supplies last. Staples, that was easy. Hey, I got something you're going to love. You know
Okay. Oh, shoot. Wait. Skill mic activated or no? Yeah, we are. Cool. Alec Baldwin is losing it. I guess he got into some pretty bad accident, and he's got some interesting excuses. We'll talk about that in a moment. Taylor hate is mainly from single women on TikTok, though, so yeah, whatever. You know, I wonder where that's coming from. I think a lot of times people who do that stuff are attention-seeking online goons, and they're like, my regular conversation doesn't have any value, but if I hate on somebody else, people will find that interesting. I think there's like a weird world where that happens a lot. Ryan says Joey Jordison still holds up even though he's RIP. Such good Slipknot albums. Ryan, I recently saw that I guess Slipknot is working on a new album right now. So if you're a fan, obviously he won't be in it, but they're working on a new album. Bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum.
With 3 convenient locations and one of the area's largest inventories, we deliver the selection and savings other dealers can't. And during the Kia Fall Savings event, you can save thousands. So if you're in the market...
Trump is not a fan of this Time magazine photo they used. We'll show you what that looked like in just a bit. See if he's right to be upset by it. For me, the equivalent would be and I know this is like a very specific example, but for those of you who have ever been to Animal Kingdom, okay? If you've ever been to Animal Kingdom, the Disney park, and you've been on the ride, which is a beautiful ride, called Avatar Flight of Passage, they decided that you get on this, like, you're supposed to be on one of these Avatar things, and you get on it like it's a motorcycle. And then you gotta put your hands like this. And they decided on this ride that they were gonna have a camera down here. And the camera like shows you what you look like from this unbelievably ugly angle. That's the photo that I detest and run away from. It's bad.
And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth. The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys.
Courtney says, I want Halloween decorations. Everybody's got them. No.
Reach out at 813-755-5000.
Maybe.
813-755-5000.
Maybe.
One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth LLC.
They really accentuate the neck vagina. It's a bad photo. This is what everybody does now. Like, if I love the people who will clutch pearls over this, because you're gonna tell me, like, right-leaning websites, when they have a Hillary Clinton story, you think that they try to find like a good-looking Hillary Clinton photo, or they find one where Hillary Clinton's like, and then that's the photo that they use? This is what people do. It's rude. Sean, what's worse, the Avatar ride or your mugshot? The Avatar ride. That angle, I'm telling you. Camera down here. That angle is, I don't know why they put a camera on that. I don't know why. The hottest person on planet Earth. The most 10 out of 10 hot person. You don't look good from that angle. I hate when my iPhone camera turns on and it's pointed back at my face. Always scares me. Yes, it's like that, but instead of this angle, which is what you usually accidentally get on your iPhone, it's like this angle. This angle is bad. Ain't nobody supposed to look from that angle.
You actually get money back just for buying gas. Really?
Yep, and it really works. I've actually made around $200 this year already. Now pull over so you can download Upside before we miss the concert.
Pulling over. You had me at $200.
Download the free Upside app now.
If it's a fluff piece, they will ask for a photo. If not, they go wild. Yeah, I mean, it depends. It depends on like who the article is about and where it's coming from. But like, if the publication doesn't actually like the person, they're not going to just try to be nice. They're going to try to find a photo that's like evil looking or ugly or whatever.
It just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more.
Okay. We're coming back, friends.
You'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it?
Here we go.
Of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Holiday Magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. GRAND. G-R-A-N-D. That's GRAND. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
tackling sensitive subjects with unparalleled irreverence.
Boy, am I glad to have you here with us. You learn more about the show. Welcome into the world's most viral newsroom. Details over at thenewsjunkie.com. Do you have a photo of you floating around that you're like, oh, God, oh, not that photo. Please don't use that photo.
So
probably a
many.
handful, yeah.
Yeah.
Such a large amount. They're still floating.
Have we had that here where sometimes they'll ask us for promo photos and stuff for different publicity things that we do with the show? And I don't know if I've had that. I had one that they took around the office that I was not thrilled about. And I certainly, my ID card for iHeartRadio was one of those photos where I was like, I did not focus enough on that looking good.
My ID card, by the way, it's so old that most of the ink has rubbed off onto the inner side of the sleeve that held it. Like,
you're just a ghost.
It's hard to make out.
Yeah. I hate that, though. I hate when you have those kind of photos.
I mean, there are some where I will get tagged in something, and then I open up the thing, and I wonder, did you even want to message me for some options, or you just Googled? My Google images aren't fantastic. And then there was one that went to print that I do have as my... Yeah, it was a group photo, and everyone looked really great. I looked like I was mid-blink in just one eye.
When I look up Sabrina Ambra, I see photos of you, but I don't see anything bad. You mean like when you hit the images tab or something?
Oh, yeah.
You may have drowned it out with whatever other stuff, but you got the one of you in the mom jeans, like a funny one that comes up. You got you with the camel toe lady.
That's Iggy Azalea. And for the record, the mom jeans one, I'd stuff something in my pants. My fupa isn't that prominent.
I think that's clear. Yeah, I mean, okay. I don't think people are going to have a different takeaway. I think that's clear. I don't see anything here that's like horrendous necessarily.
After all these years, there was one. Don't you remember? I had like that weird car event, but they had me fly drones with a pug next to me. And it was, I think, when we first started the show, and that was all over the Google images. I mean, it made no sense, but there was like, getting my first paycheck for an event. Oh,
Look at that. Explosive on the live stream, too. When I look up myself, I see there's too many other Sean Wassons that come in. That's the only problem. And then you see really old stuff. Oh, yeah. But nothing really gets me.
Oh, yeah, look at that
The red one with the
red
headphones.
shirt. Yeah. That's so old. I mean, that's a really, really old photograph.
Oh, look at us from our first Just Okay.
Yeah, that one I'd maybe rather not be on there. This one's fine. But you got these kind of problems out there if you have a lot of photos of you. Certainly everybody kind of has this where you go, hey, please don't stop posting that photo of me. Like your friend might post a photo each year and be like, happy birthday to my friend, and I really enjoy them. And you go, no, not that one, for God's sake.
You're not looking me up? We're going to...
I was worried that I was just going to get the country singer for you because you're not famous enough.
Chris Lane or Lane?
You could do C Lane.
I did C-Lane, and I got some of you. I've got you with Jackson. I'll do C Lane.
Wait, Jackson's already in there? Oh, gosh,
yeah. Jackson's up over here. He's made it for your name.
Look, I have a baby.
Okay. When I put C Lane Orlando, I get... I don't know why I come up on
it's the
on
Instagram
this.
videos.
Yeah, I guess so. And then the famous one of you on the tire swing. So these aren't too bad.
You know what? That reminds me. One of the worst pictures of me
on a tire swing
was not on the tire swing. Is when you and I were both at the Pulse Memorial, and some guy got a picture of me like mid sob on C Lane, but it was when I was taking a breath in, and it was. Horrendous. Like I looked like I was out of a horror film.
Well, that sucks because it's not exactly the arena to be like, can you delete
Can we try that one again, please?
Can we get one where I look a little better? This all comes from...
You could ask to delete it, but not repose for it, I would say.
I think it all looks kind of bad. You kind of just got to go with the flow, and then you just got the bad photo of you.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Trump didn't necessarily do that. He posted on his Truth Social. He said, Time magazine wrote a relatively good story about me, but their picture may be the worst of all time. He said they disappeared my hair and then had something floating on top of my head that looked like a floating crown, but an extremely small one. Really weird. I never liked taking pictures from underneath angles, but this is a super bad picture and it deserves to be called out. What are they doing and why? And the photo in question is the cover of Time magazine. And they did get him at a brutal angle, folks.
That's a terrible angle. What crown is he talking about?
He's talking about how, like, it's there's a lot of sunlight, which is blasting out his hair, and it makes it look like he has less hair than he does. I think he's trying to say, I don't know, it doesn't really look like a crown. It just looks like he has very, very, very thin hair
And
because
a
of the
vagina
angle.
for a neck.
And yeah, this is like literally somebody compared it earlier to when you accidentally turn your camera on your phone.
Yep.
And you,
All the time where you have
get
to use
that,
Face ID, and I'm like, just do it already. Come on.
Oh, God, it's just like a bad angle for you. And it says his triumph, it's the cover of Time, which seems good. I mean, that seems like a positive thing, his triumph. The leader Israel needed, how Gaza heals. It's all about Trump's wins with Middle East peace stuff. But the picture he doesn't like. And when we were talking about this briefly during the break, I said, this is not new, okay? The idea of using bad pictures for the people you're covering goes back as old as journalism does, basically, as old as the photos do. If you see any right of center publication and they're writing a blog or article or something about Hillary Clinton, trust me when I say they're not like, let me get the one where she looks the hottest.
Well, take
It's always
politics.
like-
Take politics out of it. Like, how many pictures did we see attached to stories about Diddy, where the more it started to come out that he was like abusive, and, and especially after that video came out of him, hitting what's her face in the
Cassie.
hotel.
Yeah.
All the pictures that would be attached to these headlines would be like, you went through your photo archive and typed in Sean Combs and found the angriest looking pictures of them.
Yep.
And he delivered. There was a lot of snaps of Puffy where he looked not so happy.
Big man.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is good. This has been going on for a long time. If you have a person like, even if you go to Harvey Weinstein or something, they're not going to take the best looking shot of him. They're going to take a shot where he looks like the bad guy that he is. And it's like, it helps to get across the story that they're looking for. That's an old trick. But maybe you should just take the win for the article seeming to be positive about him. You don't get that as much as you'd like to.
Relatively good article.
Alec Baldwin, I guess, has been in a car crash. He's been in a car crash. He's come forward to talk about this.
I saw a lot of the same comment on this story.
Did you?
Is the tree okay?
Yeah. Do you think people would celebrate like they did with the Lost Prophets guy if Alec Baldwin died?
There
will certainly be people celebrating it.
I don't know. I get he's probably not the best guy, and a lot of people hate him. I like Alec Baldwin.
I like Alec Baldwin, too.
I just like 30 Rock so much.
Yes.
But I got a new place in my heart after the Baldwin's reality show came out and all the crap he has to deal with, and just still had you could see it on his face that you have a little bit more sympathy for him.
Lemon at 6 p.m. What am I, a farmer?
He totally seems like a dick, and he totally seems like a narcissistic lunatic. But I like him so much in that show that I kind of sweep for him a little bit. But he got into an accident. 30 Rock star was driving Alaria's Range Rover with his brother Stephen Baldwin as a passenger, slammed into a tree, causing severe damage to the vehicle. No word on the tree ceiling. And Alec Baldwin made a video about this.
Like your past, it was like the only tree in the area.
It could have been the sole tree in the Hamptons, and he ran into it. I hope he doesn't curse, but stay by the dump button. Let's see what Alec Baldwin says about this crash.
But this morning I was in this car accident. Guy cut me off in a truck, big garbage truck. I mean, a garbage truck the size of a whale. I've never seen a garbage truck. It must have been something commercial for like taking away
whales.
As opposed
material
to
from construction or something. It was the biggest
private garbage trucks.
garbage truck I've ever seen.
He's really going on about this garbage truck.
It's the biggest garbage truck. It's the size of a whale.
Which is absolutely incredible.
When I picture a garbage truck, I already picture a big truck.
Yeah, but this one's even bigger and kind of just sets up the story with how bad Eladia's car is damaged, right?
I guess this was a huge garbage truck, and it really did some damage.
Anyway, I won't go into the details now and bore you, but to avoid hitting him, I hit a tree. I hit a big fat tree and crushed my car.
Yeah, he's going to do the same thing with a tree here, isn't he? I hit
What's
a
the
big
point of the
fat
video?
tree.
Why are we doing the
It's
video?
a commercial-sized tree. It's as big as a whale.
I'll tell you what the point is. If anything comes out about Alec Baldwin, he does not sit idly by. He's like, people are talking about me. I will inject myself into this. And he puts out his video all the time. He does this stuff.
I crushed my wife's car. I feel bad about that, but it's all fine, and I'm fine, and my brother's fine, and bobbity bob. Congratulations to everybody on the film festival.
Bobbity bob.
It's all fine. My wife's fine. My brother's fine. Everybody's fine. The
I
tree's
like
fine.
how this is turned into a two-man conversation. He is, of course, the other man.
Bobbity bob.
And he goes, oh, gosh, I got
I mean, he is surrounded by 7 young children and Hilaria.
crashed my wife's car.
So this is
feel bad about that.
what he does in his solo time.
I guess so. Yeah, he said, I
Having
avoided hitting
conversations.
the big giant garbage truck. I hit a big fat tree. And that, but what gets me is I feel like we already have enough details and then some. But he goes on for another 90 seconds.
But he only really briefly brushed over the fact that his brother Steven was also in the car that hit the tree.
Yeah.
It's like, poor Steven.
He was trying to kill his brother.
Poor Steven. The headline is Alec Baldwin's car crash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all about him. But I guess they're both okay. Everybody's okay. Big fat tree may be okay. We're not sure. I don't know what else he says.
It's cute to see him just for a second worry about the fact that, I crashed my wife's car. I feel bad about that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could just really make a couple phone calls and replace it.
Mm-hmm.
I've got
he also
the
has to be careful because he can't be like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me on account of shooting and killing somebody on a movie set. He has to be careful how much he plays this out to be a tragedy. I want to see what else he says.
Thank you to the East Hampton Police Department, the town police department.
Shouts out.
For coming to my aid. They came in and we filed a report with them. Officer Gherkin is his name.
We don't know. Do we need all these details?
Maybe Gherkin was like, I will not write you this fat ticket if you give me a shout out on that weird conversation you have with yourself later.
The only thing that would be great about this and redeeming is if he was making it all up. If he was like, yeah, sure, we were in a hilarious car and big fat tree and biggest dump truck you ever seen.
I
and
just want her to
Officer
come into
Gherkin.
the shot and yell at him like she always does on the red carpet.
What? I can't tell where he is, but he looks like he's in like a stairwell or something. He's in a strange place. I don't know if she's going to pop
Crawl
in.
K-E-N. Lovely
He
guy.
spelled it.
And there was another gentleman there. I didn't get his name, but Officer Gherkin from the East Hampton Police Department. As nice as
Smoke detector too. Red flag. Speaking of them today, red flag. The smoke detector going off and nobody's doing anything about it. Alec Baldwin, what's going on in your life? I'll leave it to that because there's still like a minute and a half almost.
But give it
into
up
this.
for Gherkin.
The Officer Gherkin did it and saved everybody. Somebody says, does he ever take responsibility for his own actions? Clearly, he was checking his phone or something stupid. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what caused this. I know a lot of details about the crash, though. More than I ever could have asked for. Here it is for us. Let's see what we got from you and work in a couple of emails. You can email the show, tipsofthenewsjunkie.com, if you'd like. Let's see. Somebody says to tipsofthenewsjunkie.com, it's Tim. Hey, I actually work in home health and in a more senior community area. It is literally all I hear from all of my clients that they have to deal with scams every day, all day. Our leaders need to do more to protect our seniors. I agree. I think that's true. I think we have far too many people who look at people who get scammed and make fun of them instead of like, hey, people shouldn't be able to take advantage of those among us, even if they're really dumb. People shouldn't be able to do that. So even if people are suckers, we should still defend them. And we need to protect grandma. We need to make sure people aren't taking their money. It's really happening around absolutely every turn you can imagine for
And
these
if you
folks.
protect grandma, you're also protecting your future inheritance.
That's true. Yeah, everybody's got some skin in the game here, I would think. Greg emails. He says, "Happy Tuesday," and he's talking about the story with the dogs attacking the owner after she died in this house that we discussed earlier on the show. He says,
do you find the word attacking, the choice of word, to be a little odd?
I mean,
I don't know.
If she was already dead.
If she was already dead, yes. Like I would just say eating.
Now,
as bad as that sounds.
I think I did read that they're not sure if the medical event killed her and then the dogs ate, or then the medical event rendered her unconscious.
Good God, I hope the medical event killed her.
And the
Good
dogs
God.
ate.
Yeah,
But still, attack seems less true for some reason in my head.
They said, look at this. This is another story of this happening. Harrowing new details. The My Chemical Romance drummer had this happen to them with their dogs. Oh, yeah, that's a terrible story. I don't want to go too far down that whole rabbit hole. But, yeah, that story about the drummer of My Chemical Romance is quite bad. I've had enough bad things in the last couple of days. I watched, because Courtney keeps going further and further into these serial killer docuseries things.
Just the season, man.
Everybody's into this stuff. We watched the one, My Father, the BTK Killer.
Oh yeah, that one's good.
It was
Very
about
interesting.
the daughter of BTK explaining things from her perspective, and some of it was interesting. She really tried to make it about like her being a victim because of what her dad did, which okay, I get it a little bit. But the interesting thing to me was I hadn't seen too much about BTK, and he was so proud of himself.
Oh, yeah.
When the cops started questioning him and they had Dennis Rader, who turned out to be this bind, torture, killer, and they brought him in, they were like, so say it. You're BTK, aren't you? And he's like, well, I don't know. And they go, say it. And he goes, I'm BTK.
Well,
and they're like,
you guys got my letters.
And
Didn't
then
he do a whole like news interview?
He did some stuff like that, but he did in the courtroom with all the victims there. He went one by one through every one of them and gave all the details about what he did.
Jeez.
And it was like, whoa, dude. I don't know.
And they just allowed that?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess they were like, I want you to admit what you did and tell us how it happened. And he just gave, in the documentary, they show him going, and then I went to this person's house and I did this and I did this and I did this and I did this. Robert says Dortney is doing research. It scares me how much she's into this, but a lot of women are into the true crime stuff. They're deeply into this. Very, very interested. The one I'm excited to see is coming out Friday on Netflix, and it's about that lady who shot the kid through her front door.
Oh, yeah, the Bad Neighbor on Netflix?
Yeah, is that what it's called?
Something like that.
So about this lady who's, I think was like an older lady, and these kids were messing around with her door.
Yeah, we talked about this story.
Yeah, it's not even that long ago, but they have a whole bunch of footage, and it was like an older white lady and younger black kids, and the story blew up because this lady like shot through her door.
Yeah.
And killed these little kids, or one of them or something.
Killed the mom in front of the
Killed the mom? Which is now finally coming out in this like documentary form. So I'm excited to see that one. But some of these other ones I'm not as into. Courtney, she likes them right now. It's a little frightening. When we come back, we'll get into you. We'll see what you have to say. A lot of people talking about something that's coming up on the new Stranger Things. We'll dive into that. And we got to get into jury duty because there's some updates that I want to talk about, including another documentary that came up on the show recently that a lot of people have watched. So an update on all of that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
You should have said, I'm gay, and then done a rep.
I thought about doing that.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a couple minor accidents to look out for on Sand Lake Road where it meets Kirkman Road. A car stopped on the shoulder, slowing things down on Lake Mary Boulevard westbound, approaching Reinhardt Road. Ongoing construction, slowing things.
Hello.
666-768-477 from the traffic center of James, Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Duke's Mayo. Duke's, it's got twang.
It's a song about good mayo, Duke's mayo. It'll make
looked at your power bill and thought, man, the price just keeps going up. Seems like it's happening all the time now. Imagine if instead of just having to keep paying those prices, whatever they tell you, you take control of your energy. That's where Solar Installers of Florida come in. You call them up, they're going to design and install a solar system for your home and tailored towards your energy needs. And then you can lock in lower costs and enjoy predictable bills for years to come. And right now, federal tax credits make that switch more affordable than ever, but that's not lasting much longer. So stop dreading the next bill. Start looking forward to energy freedom with Solar Installers of Florida. Call today. Get a free quote. Call 407-777-5050.
Bootsy, I feel you.
777-5050.
Courtney's like really ramping up this demand for more Halloween decor.
Solar Installers of Florida.
Even though I say technically we just got Halloween decor, she says it's not enough. I'll show you. Hang on.
Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
I say this counts as Halloween decor. It is a Terrifier candle, which smells so freaking delicious. Like a birthday cake when you were 8 years old. That's what it smells like. It smells so good. But I think that's technically a Halloween decoration.
Get ready to rock at the City of Tavares 7th Annual Rocktoberfest, a free concert this Saturday at Wooten Park with multi-platinum recording artist
Courtney inspired me? Don't tell her that, please. Is that from Halloween Horror Nights? Yes. Yeah, we went into the tribute store, like all the merch for Halloween Horror Nights. I always like to go into merch stores because I'm like, well, what kind of merch are people making? Are there any clever new items that we could do for the show? Because mostly people do the same stuff over and over and over. But they always have good things. Janine says, odd scent for Terrifier. I was worried about it when I was like, a Terrifier candle? Is it going to be crap? What's this going to be? But it smells delicious. Funfetti scent? Maybe that's what it is. Like it's so like funfetti birthday cake. It smells so good. Alan says, I would like to know where some people store all those decorations that's in the yard during the year. I think that a lot of people, especially if they have a little bit of money, a little bit of disposable income, I think a lot of people have taken to actually getting small storage units to store all the stuff for the holidays that they put out in the yard. I really think like that's become a newer thing, which is probably great for storage unit places.
Machine perfusion to increase the number of usable organs, reduce waiting times, and allow
Let Dorothy get some Halloween stuff for F's sake.
heart, kidney, and lung transplant.
I mean, trust me, she's going to win this battle. I said maybe in the last text, and she sent this. This is going to happen. She's probably right. I'm not going to win this battle.
It's now easier than ever with delicious recipes like cilantro and lime and all the homemade taste we love.
90 seconds and we're coming back.
Perfect at home, at work, or on the go. Hot rice.
Folks, if you don't mind, hit the like button down there on a Share the Show Tuesday. It's greatly appreciated. I mean, it's always appreciated, but more so on a Share the Show Tuesday.
And get right back to more of this.
I keep my yard skeletons out all year, just redress them for different holidays. That's a hack. I bet your neighbors love you. No one in the neighborhood talks bad about you, I'm sure. All right, we're coming back.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Want to win $25,000?
Thanks for the gifted sub. Shouts out. I didn't see your name, but thank you.
To 20129. That's wow to 20129.
It's Halloween season. And the free iHeartRadio app has everything you need to make it a screaming good time. Like Halloween Radio.
Where we ghosted the commercials.
Trick or Treat Radio, just for the kids. Plus, explore curated Halloween playlists perfect for party vibes and more. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Halloween, and listen now.
iHeartRadio. Holiday Magic. Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. GRAND. GRAND. That's GRAND. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Mainlining today's top stories. You're listening to the News Junkie, Sean Watts.
Still so much to get to in about an hour and a half on the show. So big questions for you incoming. And we'll obviously get to your feedback. You can send your dispatches at thenewsjunkie.com. Courtney was talking to me the other day, and I just said this as a hunch. I don't know if this is true, but she said, my niece, I follow her on Instagram, and she's like, they don't really post as much as we used to post to when we were younger. And she's like, she doesn't have many posts on her account. When she does post stuff, a whole bunch of people like it and yada, yada, yada.
I don't post nearly as much as I used to post.
But she says, like, her young niece, who's about 15 or 16, or she's 16, I think.
Post crazy.
She's like, she never posts. She barely posts anything. I go, oh, I think she does. I said, I think she does. I think a lot of teenagers probably have their account that they show their parents and like family members and stuff, and then they have the account that they show their friends.
Oh yeah,
I
friends
think
only.
Yeah, I think they'll have like one where they'll go, like, if your uncle asks you at Thanksgiving, hey, what's your Instagram? Now your uncle wants to see your page. If you're younger, if you're a teenager, you're like, I don't want him seeing this. So they have like a secondary account that they don't update that often.
Or they're Snapchatting.
They're probably doing that too, but like I would guess, imagine you try to get a job and the employer is like, what's your social media account? You don't want to tell them about your real social media account. You tell them about the one that's all polished.
Super great, employable person for 20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, always wearing like nice outfits and, nothing offensive at all. None of that stuff. That would be my guess. Parents, let us know if that adds up for you. Send a dispatcher an email, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. But I see that Instagram says they're overhauling how teenagers experience their app, making it more PG-13. Instagram, owned by Meta, announced a series of changes that it said were aimed at making teenage experiences on Instagram similar to viewing PG-13 movies, with restrictions on sexualized content and other adult material. It's called age gating, and this is happening all over social media.
Is it working?
I would guess it's working to some extent, but they can't possibly be perfect on that stuff. There's just too much content. And I can't tell you how often I'll go on X, Twitter, whatever, and I'll search for something. And as I'm trying to look up a news story that's happening, in the random results that it shows in search, full on pornography.
Oh.
Full on. And I'll be like, whoa, what the hell? That's why I've made it a point.
Next.
Like, I don't even look at that platform, if possible, in public. I won't scroll on my phone and look at that in public because I know there's risks of search results having stuff that's people are going to go, whoa, what's that guy doing over there?
Not even search results, just going to the page, like the Discover page or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I usually find somebody that looks like they're about to drop T.
Yeah. And you're watching, you're like, whoa, hang on. And I didn't want this. These are not even people that I'm following half the time. It's just like some randos, and they get it out there. It seems to be happening quite a bit, but they're trying to make it more safe for the younger folks who are on Instagram. And we'll see what you think about that. Okay, before we get into some dispatches, I wanted to hit on a couple of things. One, the final season of Stranger Things is on the way, and every single episode in the 5th season is over an hour long.
All right.
Some people were complaining about that, except for one. There's one that's 54 minutes, 168, one is 83 minutes. I never care
I'll take
about
the
that.
long episodes. I hate it when it's short.
Yeah, I don't want it to like a sitcom. Fine, make it 23 minutes or whatever. But for one of these shows, I want it to be exactly as long as it needs to be. And sometimes that's 83 minutes, sometimes that's 66 minutes, and all of them are over an hour, which I guess some people were thinking, oh, God, this is going to be so long to watch this.
It's been so long since I've watched it that
That's the problem.
It's a problem, I guess, but they want people to watch it over again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially if it's the last season. Now, this is part 2 of the finale or part 1?
Is it? I don't even remember, if I'm honest. I fell out of Stranger Things quite a bit, but it's the 5th season, it says. Yeah, the 5th season premiere of Stranger Things is 68 minutes long. All the rest of them, save for one, are over an hour. And why would you ever complain about more content? Either it's good or bad. Watch it, see if it's good. If it is, enjoy. Get as much as you can out of it. Make your life better. If it's not, then you move on to the next thing, for God's sake. There's a lot of stuff out there for you. Like this, even. Let's go to your dispatches. It's how you join us on the show. Record your dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Let's see. Let's go over to, some of these are dark, and I'm not doing them. Here's, no. Let's go to Rain has a dispatch for us. Let's go, Rain.
Hey, News Junkies.
Hey.
I work for a specific paint place. Not going to mention the name. I deliver for the specific paint company, but each one of our stores, most of them have like just little radios and stuff, and I'll change the station to 104.1.
Oh my God.
That way, everybody's listening to the News Junkie.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that. Your dispatch is cutting out a little bit. There is an update that's going to be released, like the final update of the year, probably in a week or so, that hopefully fixes those web-based dispatches not being the best quality. Here's, I'm going to skip that one. Here's Got Crypto talking about people getting scammed. Did we play this? We might have played that one. I'll go to Mo Manji, the realtor, instead.
Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing well. So I have a suggestion for you guys to listen to. It's on iHeartRadio. It's a podcast. It's about the Doomsday Clock. Because we all know that Sean knows nothing about the Doomsday Clock.
No.
Right? Thanks.
No.
Bye.
No. I understand the Doomsday Clock. I don't like to bring it up on the show because there's
Where are we at right now? 12:37, right?
I don't know. I can't even keep up with when we're supposed to fall back and spring forward.
It's
How am I
happening
supposed to know about
soon.
that?
I'm getting a vibe by the sunset.
It's usually fall back is around Halloween.
Is it? Well, we're close. We're
Surprise.
close. That's my only focus. I'm not focused on the Doomsday Clock thing.
Every once in a while, like when the planets align, the fallback date is the date of Halloween. So you have like this kind of perfect storm of amateur hour people that aren't used to going out in costume, getting super drunk, and then there's an extra hour of that.
Are the planets aligning this year? No, it's November, right?
I don't know. This is all I wake up, I look at my phone, I see what time it is and what day it is, and I tackle the day. It's a little much to follow all the other stuff, and I can't stay around with the end of the world Doomsday Clock stuff. But God bless you for sending the dispatch. Thank you for that. What we're going to do instead of that is jury duty when we come back. Now, we've got big updates on stories we've talked about. We talked about that one teacher. Now, I keep calling him a teacher, but in reality, they call him a paraprofessional, which I guess is more like a teacher's aide or something, that had these really dark thoughts in the classroom and then went forward to the school. They're pushing for the superintendent to this school to be forced out, and there's some new details coming in. We'll talk about that. A mom who was partying with her kids a little too hard, and the Ellen Greenberg, the documentary about this woman who murder or suicide was the big question. Well, we now know more about that case with the update we were expecting, and all of that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
After avoiding their first 3-loss start to the season in 16 years, the Lightning continue their road trip tonight. They're in Washington. Bolts beat Boston Monday. Buccaneers wideout Emeka Egbuka is awaiting MRI results on a hamstring injury. He suffered it during Sunday's win over the 49ers. And the Brewers turned the first ever 8-6-2 double play in baseball postseason history in their NLCS loss to the Dodgers last night. I'm Scott Davidson.
Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today.
Folks, I want to tell you about a company that does right by their customers, and that is unfortunately harder to find these days than you'd like it to be. This company is, simply put, Mills Air. They are a great AC company that will help you with your air conditioner, and you don't want to be out there hammering away on that thing. You'll cause more problems than you already have. If the AC is blowing out hot air, it's time to call the experts. That's Mills Air. They've been doing it since 1992. They have the best techs around. They go to work at Mills Air because they know it's a better company to work for, and they want to do it the right way, the honest way. Plus, they're a Carrier Factory authorized dealer over at Mills Air, getting you access to huge rebates. This is super helpful if you need a new AC. And you can call today to schedule your appointment. The moment something goes wrong with your AC, Mills Air is ready for you. 407-277-1159. You'll probably forget that number over time. So remember this. If something ever happens with your AC, if you're holding your hand out and the air is blowing hot, millsair.com.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Hello. Okay, big updates coming up in jury duty. You know, I did see something. Oh, hey. How are you? What's the matter?
Nothing. Go
Is
to
that-
Unico.
Oh, okay.
I need to pick up a couple things at Total Wine. Can I go buy Home Goods?
Huh?
Can I go buy Home Goods?
Sure. What, for Halloween stuff?
I'm just gonna.
Okay. Yeah. No, use the other one. Yeah. Okay, be safe. You bought floating candles? What is a floating candle? I mean, I know what it sounds like. But what is it? Like, you have a bowl with candles in it? You guys, one of the things that dropped my jaw today, pepper spray. How much do you think the pepper spray industry makes every year? Give me your guess. How much do you think the pepper spray industry makes every year? Give me your guess. The pepper spray industry. 50 billion, 159 billion, 200 million, 1.4 billion. The pepper spray industry has apparently never been more on fire. They make $46 billion every year. And more people than ever, they say, are buying pepper spray. And I was trying to figure out why. Why there would be such an increase in demand for that. $46 billion people are spending every year on pepper spray. Why would that be blowing up right now? That is insane.
For the toughest jobs on planet Earth. Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit onefirmforlife.com today for your free consultation. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth. Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit onefirmforlife.com today for your free consultation.
Now back to the most most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
for a while. And we'll get into those in just a moment here on the show. Thanks to everybody who's sending over emails, tips@thenewsjunkie.com if you got thoughts on your mind. I couldn't square this with just like anything in my head as to why this is the case, but there are a couple of stories out in the last few weeks about how pepper spray sales have just exploded across North America. And when I saw one of these stories, like News Nation had a story about pepper spray sales, and they said each year it's $42 billion in pepper spray sales.
Oh.
And that seems so much higher, number one, than I ever would have expected. But I don't know why now we're seeing more people buying pepper spray than ever before. It must mean that more people are scared.
Stocking stuffer?
Maybe it says it's not only the United States.
Story.
It's the United States, Canada, Mexico, Asia. The prevalence of crimes like eavesdropping, kidnapping, murder, and human trafficking has boosted the demand for pepper spray. These companies are reaping the benefits, and $42 million a year in pepper spray products has been sold. And that is just absolutely unhinged to me. That's a lot of money they're making.
And I wonder if now we're going to see the prices go up with all the demand, typically.
Could be.
It's been a while since I've done my economics class, but I've also heard this one thing. I feel like it's a good tip, but if you don't have pepper spray or it's becoming too expensive because the whole world wants one, they're saying wasp spray.
Oh, that's
will
the
also
yeah.
do the job.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not going to be good for whoever you spray it in their eyes, but
purse friendly, but certainly if you're not feeling safe walking your dog at night, bring some wasp spray.
If you're not worried about the target, which, let's be honest, why would you be? You're already pepper spraying them. Then that's going to knock them back. I'm looking at these. Some of them are still like $10, but like some of the big ones, the like impressive ones for self-defense are $28. 7.7 thousand reviews.
And these will deliver, like, because what was the one we couldn't find? Bear spray?
Bear spray, we couldn't get it delivered. Yeah, we couldn't. It looks like I could get this if I wanted to. I could just pop this in. But if some of them are off limits in different states, that one you could get right here. That's just so much money. $40+ billion every single year people are spending on pepper spray. They must be freaked out. It's all the stories in the news that's doing this, for God's sake. Here we go. In the meantime, let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. And let me tell you, there is a website for you, justcallmo.com. If you need help with an attorney, if you need help battling the insurance companies, all the stuff you need is right there on the website. And you can get a hold of them today to get the help that you're looking for. JustCallMo.com or 800-CALL-MO. Okay, couple of things. One, an update on that person that they're calling a paraprofessional, let's say teacher's aide or something, that was at this school, in this case in Central Florida.
Was there some, lobby by the teacher's aides at some point where they're like, we don't really like the name of our job. We need something that sounds a little more
Is it as simple as that? Like it just literally means teacher's aide?
I think, right?
I guess. It's Sable Point Elementary is the school we were talking about. And now the parents at that school are calling for the superintendent to step down because of what happened with this one employee. And if you don't know, well, we talked about this previously. And this employee went to a school resource officer because they were having very crazy and damaging thoughts. Told the school resource officer, as instructed, hey, I was frustrated with one of the kids in my class, and I thought about cutting her throat with a knife. And he said he previously had thoughts about doing this kind of stuff in the cafeteria and like what it would be like to bring a gun to school. And I think Sealand even suggested this at the time. It's come out that the person, the teacher's aide, requested themselves to be Baker acted when this came forward. They went forward and they were like, please, my thoughts are out of control. I'm having violent thoughts. Please Baker Act me. And they did. That's how it actually started with all this. They immediately placed him on leave, but the parents are now demanding that the superintendent who hired this person to begin with.
That's not part of the hiring process. Like, any thoughts about slitting kids' throats?
No, but
Hired.
there was like some, I forgot what we had said. There was some gun issue in his background, but I don't think he was convicted of it. So I don't know how much they can weigh that. Like, so I get that the parents are very upset, and if I was a parent at the school, I would probably be pretty upset. But what I think was the best case scenario is what happened. This man realized he was having some horrible thoughts and came forward and said, help me.
He's still on leave?
Yeah.
And so are they pushing for him to be fired? I mean, obviously he can't go back to the school.
I don't think he should go back to teaching. Let's be honest here. But I appreciate that he at least acknowledged it. He was very detailed in that. But let's be clear. One, 72-hour hold doesn't erase everything.
No.
This man needs to be monitored.
No, you can't work at a school after that. No, I would say just a flat out no. Once you've had those thoughts, I'm glad that you did the right thing and went to the school resource officer, but no, one's enough. That's a one and done. Don't need a recurrence of that to prove that something bad has gone on.
This is where the phrase abundance of caution, carries a lot of weight. We're gonna use this abundance of caution.
Yeah, I think so. The AD on YouTube says, no, the parents are upset because the superintendent waited 9 days to tell them about this incident. Wasn't the problem there that because it was a school resource officer, like technically this was something that was like a private matter? And then
no, because I don't think a school resource officer is like a therapist. Like I don't know that they're bound by those same things. But there was some speculation.
I don't even know if school therapists are bound by that when it comes to situations in which self-harm or harm of others.
Correct. But if it's harm of others or self-harm, you can break that agreement.
Mm-hmm. But especially because they're kids.
Yeah. In this case, I don't know whose job it would have been to say that. Can you just fire somebody and not tell?
I get it. The parents are like, you should have made us aware of this. I understand the frustration, but I think in this case, the guy's out of the school. Let's keep him out of the school. I don't know that you need to get all the scalps here, but if you're a parent at that school, we're willing to hear what you have to say. Send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. Meanwhile, two more things very quickly in jury duty. One, a doctor is facing some charges after a party with over 30 juveniles at her Winter Park home led to underage drinking and a teen being hospitalized. This happened after midnight on Saturday this weekend. Winter Park police responded to a house. There was multiple calls about underage drinking and juveniles falling down drunk at the home. That's how wasted all these kids were. The fire department arrived to assist a 15-year-old who was unconscious from alcohol consumption. She was taken to a hospital. After entering the homes, officers said they immediately noticed the smell of alcohol. They met with the homeowner, Hao Nu Tron, 51 years old, who admitted to hosting the party and said that 30 kids had been invited. She said she provided food and beverages, but denied giving alcohol to minors.
So it was her kid.
It was her kid, yeah. She said she saw several minors drinking and instructed her son to ask them to leave by midnight. This was after midnight. She said she was in her bedroom all night long, so she didn't know what was going on.
She just left some snacks out, thinking that they were all just play a board game.
That ain't going to cut it with the cops. I don't think. All right, and then to the docu-series. Go ahead.
I feel like these things didn't used to make the news. Like just cops breaking up a party. I mean, maybe, is it unique because the parent's there? Are we shaming the parent because they're a doctor? I get why it was a little bit bigger of a story when it was like, the principal of an elementary school is drinking and partying with other teens. But just a house party with a bunch of kids that a parent was at in Winter Park, and it was a doctor. Like,
you think that happens pretty common? It's like a common occurrence. Yeah,
I think
doctors throw the best parties.
I think it didn't make the news back in the day.
This one does.
I don't remember anything close to any of the parties I went to making the news.
Right. Well, you didn't go to good enough parties, Sealand.
Oh,
That's when you know.
Yes, I did.
When you know something worked. Okay, over to, we talked about waiting for this when the docuseries came out. Death in Apartment. Hang on. Death in Apartment.
369.
It might be. It seems right. No, 603. Death in Apartment 603. What happened to Ellen Greenberg is the docu-series that dropped not too long ago. And at the end of it, they were like, there's a new judgment coming up soon in this case.
Today's the day.
I saw that had come out, and I was like, oh, shoot, let's see what was going on with that. This story, if you don't know, is about this couple, young couple. They were engaged to be married. The woman, who was 27 years old, was named Ellen Greenberg, and she was a teacher. She was very unhappy with her job as a teacher. And she was complaining about this to a lot of people in her life and had been going to a therapist because of it, and had come home to her husband, or her fiance, and her fiance went in their apartment building down to the gym. When he came back up, the security lock was locked on their door at their apartment, and he ran downstairs a whole bunch of times to try to get help. And then eventually he ended up, whether kicking or running into with his shoulder or whatever, ended up knocking the door open and finding his fiance dead inside. But because she had stab wounds on her neck and a bunch of stab wounds in her body, there began to be quickly conspiracy theories about this, challenging the official judgment that this was a suicide. Even that changed throughout time. And her parents are just dead set, like there's something went on here. They never really said it in the docuseries, but you know what they were getting at. There wasn't anybody else who was suspected of being involved in this. They think that their daughter did not harm herself. They believe that it was her fiance. Well, they did a medical examiner review on all of this as promised, and they have affirmed that the death was a suicide after the review. A Philadelphia woman's stabbing death has been affirmed to be a suicide after the medical examiner's office agreed to reassess the case following lawsuits from her family that contested the initial finding.
Yeah, two lawsuits.
I'm looking at the actual judgment from the people who went over this and did the other medical examiner ruling. I'll tell you what it says. I have to hold this because we got to take a quick break. But we'll get back and see what the update was on that and why they don't think there was anything nefarious going on. See if that convinces you. We'll get to more of you and your comments. And airports are refusing to play a video across the country. What's in this video? We'll play it. We'll see what's going on with this, because that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Tampa Bay Bucks are in the Motor City to take on the Kings of the North Detroit Lions on Monday Night Football. Coverage starts at 6 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by First Horizon Bank and Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a couple accidents to look out for on your ride this afternoon. Lake Underhill Road at Chickasaw Trail on Sand Lake Road where it meets Kirkman Road on Kirkman Road at Conroy Road. Look out for road rangers off to the shoulder on I-4 eastbound past Apopka Vineland Road. No serious accidents on the major roadways really affecting your drive at the moment. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Listen up, my business owning friends. If you have an existing small business administration loan with a rate of 9% or more, you are in luck. One, because you get to work with that mortgage guy, Don. And two, that mortgage guy, Don, can refinance your qualified high-interest SBA loan to a low fixed rate of 8.25%. Don't leave money on the table. Let that mortgage guy, Don, help you get the money off the table and back in your business hands. That mortgage guy, Don, also has your back when it comes to buying a franchise or a business. He has over 50 sources for your SBA and business loans of all sizes. So get the process started today with an expert and a friend that you could trust. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Don.
Join the Monsters in the Morning for their Halloween brew bus heading to Lake County. Our 2 buses are ready to roll Saturday, October 25th with stops in Leesburg, DeBerries, and Mount Dora. Costumes are not mandatory, but you know. Tickets are on sale now. Special thanks to M&C Fence, Puddle Jumpers, MCA Transportation, Jersey Mike's, and Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys. Get more info at realradio.fm/brew.
We want to see ya.
In a Greenway Kia. For over 23 years, my family's been saying it. And right now, the savings are at an all-time high. During the Kia Fall Savings event, every new Kia is discounted thousands off MSRP. Plus, when you trade with us, over 40 Greenway dealerships compete for it. Meaning, you could get up to $10,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see it in a Greenway Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
Negative equity refinance. Expires 11/7/25.
My testosterone is back, baby, thanks to Red Mountain Weight Loss. Man, it was really low, and I called Red Mountain Weight Loss and got my testosterone where it needs to be. And I got to tell you, when your testosterone's right, you feel a lot better. You don't feel sluggish anymore. You don't feel like you're unfocused. You don't have problems in the bedroom. Things are better. The truth is, men today have 20% less.
Oh, hello. Dull Mike here. How's everybody doing? What's happy Tuesday to the chat folks. Hope everybody's having a nice week so far. Tuesday, usually kind of an unexciting day, I think. As far as the progression of your week goes. It's always like there's nothing to like grab onto and go, hey, your week's we're moving here. He's about to hit the button, isn't he? He's going to do it. Oh, no.
Hey, everybody. Uh-oh. Oh, no, did I just cut him off?
What a guy. What a guy. Look, he did it.
Resume your activity.
Thank you. Reading a little bit more about this airport in Japan, where they say that they haven't lost any luggage in 30 years, which sounds impossible. We're going to say, like, come on, that's not possible. 30 years, how many flights have gone through there? And so there's a Reddit post from a year ago in a place on Reddit that sounds like a fun time called Is It Bullshit? And it says, is it bullshit? Is it possible that Kansai International Airport hasn't lost a single piece of luggage in 30 years? And somebody said it's because of claims made by people or groups from shame-based cultures. And somebody asked if you would elaborate on this. And somebody said, over there, in certain cultures, there's a deeply rooted belief that doing wrong brings dishonor, even if no one else knows you've done wrong, and doing the right thing is valuable, even if everyone thinks you're wrong. In shame-based cultures, public image and public shame matter significantly more than the actual honesty you're right or wrong. It's not the best written thing. It's not that they don't value honesty, but saving face is the most important thing in shame-based cultures. So they say, like, in the airport situation, if employee X loses luggage and employee Y brings attention to it, the culture would punish employee Y as much or more than employee X because of the shame that they have brought on people for the losing of the luggage. I don't know if that's what's going on here, because I think as a customer, like as a traveler, they've got to have a lot of people not from their culture. See, Charles LeBounty, Japanese do not report failure. That's kind of what this guy was saying here. He says the most extreme example off the top of my head I could think of is this boarding school incident in Gwangju, Inhua, where several school administrators and teachers were accused by the bus driver and several parents of regularly abusing and assaulting mentally disabled female students, sometimes resulting in death. Horrible, terrible, no good behavior, clearly. When the parents protested in front of the school, some of the mainstream media ran articles that asked how parents could set such a bad example for their own children and society by showing disrespect towards the school. In this case, the possible systemic rapes and murder was less of a concern than the protests. That's crazy. But I don't know if that's necessarily what is going on here. Anyway, I'm going to cut this off early so y'all can get that keyword action. Spoiler alert, it's money. Here goes.
Call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Holiday magic. Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Money. MONEY. That's money. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Because you're never too old to learn something stupid. This is the News Junkie.
So good to see you. And all you have to do to learn more about the show is go check out the website now with some more functionality. You can search absolutely everything over on thenewsjunkie.com. The new website update is live. More than just searchability, also a brand new See It Now setup, and we'll work on that a little bit in the next couple of weeks, showing you how that works. And I'll talk about stuff and see how it can work in real time on the show to knock down the wall, the visual wall between us and you. And that's what I really, really wanted to work on here. So there's some exciting updates over there. Check it out over at thenewsjunkie.com. Let me finish this up since we talked about it. There's the story about Ellen Greenberg. If you haven't seen the docuseries about this, it's not super long. I think it was just the right length. It's called Death in Apartment 603. It's about the mysterious 2011 death of this young woman, Ellen Greenberg, who was a teacher in Philadelphia. She was found stabbed 20 times in her Philadelphia apartment. And despite initial rulings, the case was reclassified as a suicide. Her family absolutely does not think that that's the case. A lot of people have watched this docuseries, which was, done in conjunction with the family and sort of has their narrative of things. Agree with that. There's a lot of people who are like, no, I'm never going to believe that this was not some nefarious thing. And they did a reassessment of the whole case from the medical examiner's office, which is what the family was demanding. And they came to the same conclusion. It says Ellen Greenberg's controversial death again ruled a suicide by the medical examiner. Her parents have sought answers about their daughter's 2011 death. The examiner's office has reviewed it and said, nope, we had it right the first time around. And here's the key part of the report. They released a 32-page report. And they said this: the final analysis of Ellen's death. To summarize the entirety of this report, Ellen Greenberg was a young woman suffering from anxiety at the time of her death. The anxiety appeared to be mostly due to her work as a teacher. She was specifically worried that the grades she needed to submit on the day of her death would indicate that she had previously given inflated grades to her students. So she was mega stressed about school. She did not want to be a teacher. Her family kept trying to push her to keep going.
But she had also faked grades?
Or she was worried that it would give the appearance that it was. She was worried that it would give the appearance that her previous grades were inflated. I guess, I don't know. She expressed this anxiety about her grades to friends, coworkers, her fiance, and the hours leading up to her death. She was under the care of a psychiatrist for this anxiety. While a recent change in medications had helped with the insomnia associated with her anxiety, she did not survive long enough to address the anxiety itself. Thus, she had an increase in energy to act on her anxious thoughts, they said. They say Ellen was found dead in her apartment with 23 stab and incised wounds. These wounds were limited to her posterior head and neck. That's the whole thing, she stabbed herself in the back. That's the thing that kind of hooks people in. Her neck, her right neck, and her central front torso. While the distribution of injuries is admittedly unusual, the fact remains that Ellen would be capable of inflicting these injuries herself. Many of these stab and incised wounds would be best categorized as hesitation wounds. And you know what that means, obviously. Like she went to stab herself, but then didn't go through with it, as most people do.
It's gnarly.
No defensive injuries were identified on her body. There was no evidence to indicate Ellen was incapacitated or incapable of defending herself. The fiance's DNA was not detected on the knife used to inflict the injuries. His self-reported timeline of events is corroborated by his phone logs, text messages, surveillance footage, key card swipes, and police interviews. No evidence was provided to indicate Ellen was in an abusive relationship with her fiance. There was no evidence of a third party being in the apartment of Ellen's death, the day of Ellen's death, nor was anybody else's DNA detected on the knife used to inflict the injuries on Ellen's body. No findings of a struggle were found at the scene, and no valuables were reported missing from the apartment. With all of this information considered, it is the opinion of the undersigned that the manner of Ellen Greenberg's death was best classified as suicide. All opinions stated in this report are expressed within a reasonable degree of medical certainty. The undersigned reserves the right to amend any statements or opinions if presented with additional significant information. And that was what the new review of this, 4 years, I guess, or so after this event originally occurred. I imagine it won't put too many things to rest. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious what happened here, but it's got so many weird twists and turns that there's always going to be people who say that this guy killed his fiance, which sucks for him.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even imagine, dude. People are like, no, I was on the Reddit thread. We all know that you didn't. You're like, oh.
He's probably going to have on his dating profile how long it's been since a traffic ticket. And just kind of totally forget that whole
We got married already.
life
Had a
status.
kid.
Did he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's now moved on with his life, but this is going to flare everything back up again, you would guess, because it is a good docuseries. It's super interesting, and I would recommend people watch it, but it's 1,000% from the family's perspective. And so it's doing its job of convincing people. That's what documentaries do. They have an angle. They have something that they're trying to convince you of. And in this case, that's what they suggested at the medical examiner's office. So let us know what you think about that. If you watched that show, I would recommend you watch it. It's one of the good documentaries floating around. Some of the other ones I haven't seen, or Courtney won't watch with me. She won't watch the John Candy documentary with me.
Why?
I was like, that one doesn't even seem like it's going to be
happy?
that sad. No, she said she thought it was going to be sad. I was like, no, I don't think so. I mean, he's dead, but I feel like to me, it's been pitched as a celebration of John Candy's life.
She wants to see murder. Give your lady what she wants.
She's a little busy with the murder stuff. She wants to see that instead, I guess. But I wanted to watch the John Candy docuseries or documentary, and then I wanted to watch that new Ozzy Osbourne one.
Oh, me too, but that one's going to be sad.
She didn't want to watch that either for the same reason. She's like, I understand what's going on, and plus he, wasn't the greatest of guys.
She says, less John Candy, more John Wayne Gacy.
That's what she's looking for. As a matter of fact, she was talking about John Wayne Gacy. There's something out about him, I guess. I don't know what to make of it all, but do give us your thoughts when you get a second. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. She also had told me something yesterday, and I immediately called it into question. And it spurred a different conversation between Courtney and I. She goes, you know what I just saw online? And I said, what? And she goes, I saw that now gamers are like 50% women. And I said, no, there's no shot. And she said, yeah. So I saw that women now make up 50 or 48% of gamers. And this story has been making the rounds. It's like nearly equal gender split in gamers, 48% women to 51% men. And the story was all over the place yesterday, 5.2 million views on this one post alone. And they showed all kinds of...
Entertainment Software Association one? Power of
possibly.
Report?
Let's see. This says, this doesn't say. Oh, ESA, yes. Yeah, the ESA was the one that came up with this. And immediately I said, well, if they say that men and women are now 50% split on gamers, I guarantee you they're talking about mobile phone games. Because I know, without even looking, if you look up consoles, and definitely if you look up people who play PC-based games, that is still overwhelmingly going to be men. Like, I would guess 60s or higher percent male that play those games. And that's what they did. And so they said, oh, yeah, this involves anything that we consider a game.
Console, PC, laptop, tablet, mobile, or VR.
And a lot of it, in fact, I might even guess maybe even the majority of it, is those mobile apps. Candy Crush is one example, but that ain't it. There's a lot of them.
So if you're saying that these numbers are all encompassing, mobile, console, PC, whatever, does that mean that the numbers on mobile are so high in women that it's throwing the average of the entire pool?
Let me try to bring this up and see if I can take a look at the report.
Because there's some mobile games, like you could play Fortnite on mobile, Call of Duty. Is that, though technically on your mobile phone, it would be the same game that you would play on a PS5 or your PC?
Well, I guess what I would take issue with is, do you consider somebody who plays Candy Crush or like mobile app games, do you consider that person a gamer? Because I don't know if I would use the lingo like that.
I don't know that when you say gamer out loud.
What does that mean?
And you had that picture from the tweet earlier of the woman with the headset on who's clearly playing like an online PC game, something like that. If you ask that person if they consider somebody playing Wordle to be a gamer, they would probably say no.
Now ask those same people, do you consider someone who plays Tetris a gamer?
I don't know, because that's what I'm getting into.
The puzzle of it.
What does gamer even mean?
I think in 2025, all those. That's what it falls under. Because they were saying that while they found the near equal gender split between video game fans, they saw that 62% of female gamers had preferred puzzles versus action that male gamers had.
Right.
Preference to.
And some of those games are immensely popular on these mobile apps, but I wouldn't have considered that really gaming. This says definition from Oxford
Gamer
is a person who plays video games, role playing, or board games. So that's literally a wide net on absolutely everything, which would include this.
Gamer.
Look, here's the breakdown. Well, who's playing and why? And now they say the gender breakdown is even, 50% women and 50% men. Mobile gaming is over half of it. It's 55% of what they're considering gaming.
And tell me what the mobile game is.
It doesn't. It just breaks it down to computers are 21% of games, 55% is mobile, and then consoles are 21%. VR and other stuff is really just a tiny, tiny percentage. But that's so much of it. Let me see if they go any further into this. But I would bet those mobile games are much more female than male, especially on that like Candy Crush type front, because I see people playing those things all the time. I just never in my head equated that with being a gamer. But maybe that is exactly what it's supposed to mean. Gamers, do chime in. Now is your opportunity, friend. Let us know what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now.
Especially all you board gamers.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider somebody who plays board games a gamer.
Yeah, but if they play, Magic the Gathering, that's a gamer to me.
I don't know. I've always thought about somebody with like a remote control in their hands, like they're playing like a console game or maybe PC.
And the ESA is not counting those people. We're just basing that off of the definition you read from Oxford.
True.
You're saying they're not counting the board game people?
No. The ESA just says mobile, computer, laptop, other hardware. I don't know if you would count board games as other hardware, but I think the ESA, Entertainment Software Association, is probably not at all focused on the board gaming. Or else there'd be more.
Robert on YouTube says, am I a gamer if I play Angry Birds? According to this, yeah.
Yes.
That would be like in there. Tetris, as Sabrina said, Wordle would be considered like being a gamer. Anything associated with some sort of game, whether it be on a mobile device, a computer, or on a console, would make you a gamer. And if you put all of that into play, you end up with a 50-50 split. That's mostly because you're casting a net that is basically everybody, because everybody, for the most part, engages in some sort of game like that.
Now, in part of this survey, they say under the skill development section, 54% say sports games improve real-world athletic skills.
Done. closet?
I don't like. So if I'm playing baseball in a game, I'm going to actually get better at baseball.
See, I think it could improve strategic skills.
Yeah.
But
yes.
actual athletic skills, like, is it going to make your throw better?
Did it make you good at guitar once you had one?
Guitar Hero can make you good at rhythm. It could definitely help you understand rhythm better, but not understand music theory or what notes to play.
But I've always thought, in the simplest of ways, that chess, for instance, can make your mind sharper.
Yes.
That like if you play chess and you start thinking about strategy and you get deep into the world of chess, I feel like that does kind of better your brain, your intellect, and how you function neurologically. But I never would think that if I played enough, let's say Madden football, that would make me better on the field. Like I wouldn't. Maybe that's just me. I don't have the skills to begin with. I don't think I'm going to get some out of nowhere by playing Madden. But we'll see what you think. Let us know. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right. We'll see what you think with those dispatches because lots of people have put their input in, and we'll hear from you next. We haven't gotten too many in yet. We'll see this video that they're refusing to show at airports across the country. Let's listen to it together and see if it's something that they should be wary of playing. We got a lot to get to before we wrap it up today. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's a serious accident getting cleared up on Woodland Boulevard at slowdowns on
Hey!
Congestion through the city. Delays between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866.
I'm good at chess.
477.
Well,
the Traffic Center, I'm James.
I mean, that would suggest to me that your brain is functioning and you probably are a little bit brighter than most people. Do we take issue with that, though? Some woman playing Candy Crush. Gamer or not a gamer?
Gone up significantly, huge.
I mean, I guess. I guess.
When you're stuck in a situation where you only have one option, there's no other power company to go to. Well, you think outside the box.
I want to see the gender breakdown by platform because my guess would be console, PC gaming. It's got to be 60-70% male. It's got to be like way overweight to men. Lehev Rasta says depends on how serious she takes it. Is there like a global scoreboard for Candy Crush? Like, is there one person out there that's like the Candy Crush master?
Tell them C-Lane from the News Junkie sent you. They'll knock $500 off that quote. 407-777-5050 or find it online. SolarInstallersOfFlorida.com.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for.
Go City says good raid yesterday. I was listening to it for 2 hours before I noticed it was a raid. What was it? Something fun?
If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
Tanya says that would mean every old person that plays solitaire on their phone is a gamer. Come on. Technically it would, right? Like, technically this would open it up to anybody who plays any sort of game is a gamer. But sometimes definitions fall out of union with public perception. For instance, to use an extreme and radical example of this, I believe that the media, in many cases purposely, conflates mass shootings with mass shooting attacks. And so you'll hear there was a mass shooting in South Carolina this weekend. And you look it up and it was like some gang fight or a domestic disturbance and 2 people started firing at each other in the crowd and other people got shot. But that's not really what people think of when you say the phrase or you say mass shooting. Gamer is kind of the same. I have a particular thing I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of a person, maybe with a headset, remote control in their hand and playing some kind of games. That's how I'm picturing it. 2 minutes.
Offering 20% off all replacement windows and patio doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to see all the beautiful products they offer.
There is actually somebody that has reached the end of Candy Crush.
Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Is that a possibility?
CGC 1527613.
When I first met Courtney, she played Candy Crush a little bit, and she'd start like putting money into it. And I had to tell her like, so no, don't. What are you doing? Don't waste money on that. They kind of put you into a corner where it's pretty difficult without paying the money to advance to the next levels. Trini says, yeah, all folks who play Wordle are gamers. That's what makes it weird. My friend played Candy Crush when she was pregnant on bed rest. She made it very far. Why is it that those kind of games draw in so many more women? What is that? Like, why is it that those games are much more attractive to younger women, even women in their like 30s and 40s and stuff? They love those particular types of games. Does it come down to women just like puzzles more than men? I think that might be the case. I think it might be like a creature feature in women that you might just love unlocking puzzles more. Because our minds are full of doing all sorts of shit, so we need a simple game to relax. True? Like something just to take your mind off of all of it? I get it. All right, here we go.
Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Step inside your 3-pound universe, your brain. I'm David Eagleman, and this season on Inner Cosmos, we'll uncover how politics, AI, and the future of our species all emerge from our brains. Why does time stretch? Why does nostalgia ache? How do memory glitches, culture, and technology shape who we are? If you're ready to discover more about yourself and understand the world around you, open your free iHeartRadio app, search Inner Cosmos, and listen now.
Holiday Magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Money. M-O-N-E-Y. That's money. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
And welcome into the world's most viral newsroom. Learn more about everything happening over here each day over on the website, which is thenewsjunkie.com. Celine, you got the report we were talking about?
Yeah, I looked at the actual PDF of the full report from this survey about gaming from, what do we say, the Entertainment Software Association?
Yeah. Because it started with the viral part of it was that now gamers are 50% men, 50% women. It's like the gender breakdown in gamers is finally even. And immediately I just thought, like, in the console, or consoles less so maybe, because everybody plays consoles, but in the PC gaming world, I see it as like 65, if not 70% men. Like, I still think that is very one-sided.
Well, we can get to that in a second. The page I'm on right now, they have it broken down further by country. And in the United States, the gender breakdown is actually 52% female.
Really?
All right, ladies.
Of the 1,554 people that they surveyed.
Glass ceiling shattered.
Give me if they have this. I don't even know if they have this in the report, but I would love to see mobile gaming, which is just like Candy Crush, any game on a phone. Clash of Clans, all that stuff. Give me, if you can, men versus women on mobile, and then men versus women on like PC, because that's where I think there's going to be the biggest
So global perspective, spotlight on gender. Favorite devices, 46% of men said mobile, 64 women. Computer or laptop, 27% men computer, 15% female. Game console or handheld, 27 to 21 in favor of men. But the women are dominating in the mobile gaming.
Right. It's all of these puzzle games. There's a lot of women who are drawn to the different millions of types of puzzle games that they have.
Back to United States, where women were 52% of the gamers. Favorite devices, 54% mobile. That's gender
I wish they would
unspecific.
say the games, though.
And but yes, 53% top 3 game genres puzzle took the majority.
Really?
Yes.
That's number one of all games. So they're now considering all of that gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you ever look at in the App Store, the top games, because I look every once in a while to see what people are downloading, it's almost always those things. It's all these games you've never heard of.
I love them.
But are clever versions of Candy Crush, newer versions of
You
that.
feel like you're exercising your brain, and you're spending a lot of money.
Yeah, and I here's what I will say about this. The money thing is not good. People can get pulled into the trap of this, and all of a sudden they're spending a whole bunch of money playing Candy Crush to get to the next level. Some of you ladies know what I'm talking about. It can be a hook. But more so, generally speaking, if you're playing some sort of puzzle game, that has to be better for your brain than endlessly scrolling a bunch of stuff on some social media platform. It just has to be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just has to be better. To play a puzzle has to be better for you and your mental health and all of that stuff.
I play Wordle, and all of a sudden I'm like, I don't understand how there's so many words that end in O-U-N-D.
Mm-hmm.
And I get angry, and I don't think that's great for my mental health.
I would consider Wordle to be a puzzle game.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
But it's so frustrating.
Yeah. So is any kind of crossword puzzle, all of that stuff. If you
That's
open
in the name, yeah.
Yeah, but if you open gamer up into that big of a thing, it includes all of this.
But usually before I go to bed, when I get in bed, the last thing I do is play a couple rounds of solitaire on one of those ones where you can play for cash.
Gamer, you look at you go.
And I play without really putting any cash into it, but I have to X out of maybe 10 ads for deals they're running on putting more cash in your account. 8 to 10 every time I open their
just
app.
get a Windows 95, and they have free solitaire all the time.
I'm laying in bed.
Right.
Yeah. I feel your pain, Sealand. I tried to do that the other day because I was trying to my grave sin was I was trying to download an app that would tell me if something was level. And every level app that you download has you want to see if something is level? Watch this 45-second ad.
You know that iOS has a level app built into it.
He was laying in bed.
I understand that, but I needed. Okay, I'm not good in this world. Not just level like this, but level in other areas of space. Does that make sense to you? Okay.
The measure app.
Yeah, not is a wall flat, but different other ways.
You're talking about different axes?
Yes.
Axes?
Yes. That's what I was trying to look at. More complex. And then every app had we do want you to see if this is level. Just watch this 4-minute ad this time. And you're like, oh my God, I'm losing my mind over here. All right. Let us know what you think. We'll get into some of your feedback here with dispatches in a moment. On that same front, there was a story from JAMA, which I believe is the Journal of American Medicine and something. I haven't seen it in a while, but I believe that's what it is. And they're suggesting when you talk about games versus social media stuff, kids who use social media score lower on reading and memory tests. So kids who are endlessly scrolling this stuff, it says it confirms a lot of what we've been hearing from schools all across the country, which is kids are having a really hard time focusing on being able to learn as well as they used to because of the ways in which social media has changed their ability to process information, perhaps. This is a really exciting study. Preteens using increasing amounts of social media perform poorer in reading, vocabulary, and memory tests in early adolescence compared to those who use no or little social media, which will make the obvious argument there that your young kids should probably not be on some of these social platforms. I did want to play this video. I don't know if I could find it here. I was going to bring it up during the break, but I wasn't able to. But there's a video that airports across the country are refusing to play. And I guess it's from Kristi Noem in the Trump administration. And this is at least one airport that's playing it. I could see them playing it on the screens. You know how I showed you that the government websites have that little notice on top? And
The
it's like
radical left.
The radical left is to blame for the government shutdown, yada, yada, yada. Well, I guess that they're trying to play those in airports too.
Oh, okay.
And a bunch of the airports don't want to play them.
So wait, so let me get this straight. Because the government shutdown is affecting your TSA times and some of the air traffic control snafus that have been happening, they want the airports to air a video blaming it all on one side.
How much does that cost?
On their like internal video, you know, the video software that they already have. So they just record a video. I'll play you the video that they want that these airports aren't playing in a second. But they record this video and send it over, and they say, just play this. And the airports are refusing. A bunch of them, multiple airports, including Las Vegas Airport, Portland Airport, no surprise there, Seattle Airport, Charlotte Douglas Airport, and 3 in New York. None of them want to play this video that kind of talks about the government shutdown.
Yeah, I mean, their customer base is probably a mix of Republicans and Democrats and independents.
Well, let's hear what the actual video is that they don't want to air and see what it would be saying in these airports.
Hi, I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. It is TSA's top priority to make sure that you have the most pleasant and efficient airport experience as possible while we keep you safe. However, Democrats in Congress refuse to fund the federal government, and because of this, many of our operations are impacted, and most of our TSA employees are working without pay. We will continue to do all that we can to avoid delays that will impact your travel. And our hope is that Democrats will soon recognize the importance of opening the government.
All right, so you can see what they're doing, right? They want to get this into as many eyeballs and ear holes as they possibly can, and they're doing the equivalent of that website message, but they want to do it in places like the airport on all of these screens. So some of the airports are like, we don't want to play this as like blatantly political.
Do they expect the airports to like play that with sound on? We just supposed to multiple times an hour. You remind all these TSA agents that they're not making any money until the government turns back on.
I don't recall the televisions having volume,
right?
But maybe
Some of them, if you're like within that section, but even if you're walking by, I can't really hear it. I mean, all that makes sense. But if you're, what also do they expect with messaging like this? That down the road, let's remember this when it comes to voting time, or they want you to call your Democrat representatives? And
no, it's exactly like the cable thing. It's literally exactly like that. They want to put pressure on their opponents by putting the message out everywhere that they can that their opponents are to blame for the government shutdown, which, by the way, today is 2 weeks. Today's 14 days in, and there's really not much of an end in sight right now. And it looks like there's an interest to like keep this going on, at least for these additional protests that are coming up pretty soon here. I think possibly this next weekend there's like nationwide protests, the No Kings protests or whatever that are planned. But these a lot of these airports have not wanted to play the video. I'm surprised all the airports didn't say the same thing, because if I was running an airport, I wouldn't want like anything making people upset politically. I wouldn't want that kind of content going out. It's just not going to give you any good outcomes at all. So we'll see what you think on the way out, along with the final dispatches, these stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Tuesday, a Share the Show Tuesday, in fact. And all of that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
We all sound like we just had sex.
Don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it.
Does anybody do innuendo better than us? I mean, deep cut innuendo.
Seriously. Don't touch it, touch it, touch it.
Deep cut.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for our Tuesday, we're expecting another beautiful day, a little taste.
Okay, folks. That's it for today. One more segment, we're out of here.
I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Batteries Plus. Dead car battery? The experts at Batteries Plus will have you in and out fast.
Stevie says playing that video at airports could cause more damage by having people get into fights. I don't know if it would actually start fights, but it wouldn't be a positive thing. It's a political thing. It wouldn't be a positive thing. All right, let's do it, folks. Rate the show out of 10. Rate the show out of 10. 10 out of 10 is a winner. 1 out of 10 is a colossal loser.
Until October 15th. You're going to save big across the store. Plus, get up to $500 in rebates on select.
I'm hearing Trump did it. Reverse Uno card on the shutdown. I don't know how much of that is true. I don't know what you mean. 6 out of 7. Okay. Odd scale.
We're talking trusted brands like GE.
7.5.
Electrolux, Profile.
We'll take it. 9.5, 9.9. 9 poorly angled photos out of 10. 10 plus, 10.1. 7. 6 yawns out of 10. Another 10. Mike says it's a violation of the Hatch Act to play the video. Agencies like the TSA are supposed to remain apolitical. Chaos says 2 out of 10. The gamer story is just bad. Bad. True. Okay, folks, who's going to be our chatter of the day? It's time for your nominations. I'm going to get Today I Learned. I'll be back. Big go. Hello, hello. Who's our chatter of the day?
Your ticket to big savings is that big blue envelope in your mailbox. Valpak. It's brimming with deals from big name brands and your favorite local spots. Dining, services, stuff you're already buying, all for less. And you could score $100 or other instant prizes just for opening it.
4 minutes and we're back. Somebody says a very wealthy private Trump donor has offered to pay the U.S. troops' salary if the funding ran out amid the U.S. government shutdown. Is that Elon Musk? I mean, to pay the salary for all U.S. troops, that's gotta be... Woo. I mean, how much are we talking a month? To pay the salary for every U.S. soldier? Holy cow.
Everyone likes to hear yes. And at Rent-A-Center, we love to say
That's a big ask.
Getting what you want. Yes to approving 90% of people. Visit Rent-A-Center now to get started. Rental purchase agreement. You will not own the items until the total amount.
What do I get for cheddar of the day? You get nothing, Keith.
Ownership is optional.
You're on thin ice anyways. Not today's not your day. Okay? Who is our chatter of the day? Who has won more? Has it been Twitch or YouTube? I mean, I'm trying to see. I don't want to ignore either platform. I want everybody to get some representation here. Amy, a suggestion. Vicky experienced a junkie miracle. We're all... No, I can't make you all chatters today. They said she couldn't do it. They said she shouldn't do it. They recommended against it. 9 out of 10 doctors said no, but she did it anyhow. Why? Because that's just the kind of stuff that she does. And that's why she's a fantastic chatter. That's why she is absolutely amazing. And her name is Vicky, everybody. Vicky is our chatter of the day. God bless. Really top-notch stuff. Really, really good stuff.
Is here to help simplify your operations and drive profitability. This October, when When you get started with
It's time to get out of here. Thank God.
2 free months of service and a $1,000 gift card. Don't miss out.
You haven't been
This
great
limited
today.
time offer
Except for
October
Vicky.
31st. Visit ServiceTitan.com today to schedule a demo. That's ServiceTitan.com.
As we head into the busy holiday season, now is the
Join us tomorrow for another show. Hit like on the stream, please. Like the stream.
has given Central Floridians freedom from glasses and contacts. With 24-month interest-free financing, there's
See you later, alligator.
For 35 years, the Filatowski Eye Institute has given Central Floridians freedom from glasses and contacts. With 24-month interest-free financing, there's never been a better moment to schedule your consultation. If you're considering LASIK or cataract surgery, call today, 407-333-5111, or go online to filatowskieye.com. The Filatowski Eye Institute, trusted, local, life-changing.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
The free iHeartRadio app.
Live radio, 24/7 news, live sports,
and your favorite podcasts.
A pure connection to what moves you.
The best part, it's all free.
Join the millions who already have it on their smartphone. The free iHeartRadio app.
The #1 app for radio.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about Duke's Mayo. It says here it's got twang. That sounds good. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the
Gonna make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. Thanks for sharing the show. For those of you who spread the word about the News Junkie Radio Show live stream and podcast throughout today, we appreciate you. Learn more, go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. Got a little bit of time here before we wrap everything up. Just so you know, just trying to keep you aware of all of this. There is a storm out there. It's Tropical Storm Lorenzo. But do not worry. It looks like the shield is holding. Our carefree hurricane season continues. The shields are up. The storms are being deflected out into the ocean. And Lorenzo is just the latest because WPTV says Lorenzo poses no threat to the United States of America. It's supposed to take a sharp hook towards the equator and away from any land out there.
Towards the equator?
Yeah, it
doesn't sound normal.
Yeah, it's winging around pretty fast, I guess. But Lorenzo ain't going to cause us any problems, is the bottom line. Also, in SpaceX news, they said their test yesterday was successful. That was the 11th flight test of the Starship. That's that big, giant ship that they have. And it's supposed to take humans back to the moon and eventually to Mars. I'll be honest with you, a lot of times watching this, when they say it's a success, I'm like, it didn't look like a success, but they said it was right. It splashed down in the Gulf of Mexico, so I guess that's how it was supposed to happen. And then the other part went into the Indian Ocean. Neither rocket was going to be recovered, but they want to be able to reuse this at some point in time. And they said it worked as intended. And they now suggest that they're moving on to the next stage here. I don't know how long they have from now until when they can actually put people on those big SpaceX ships.
And who's
but
volunteering for that?
number one ain't going to be me. Or 2 or 20. Or no.
So both things that crashed in the ocean, they're not recovering?
No, I guess they don't do it yet.
I thought that there was only like a specific place for stuff that they don't recover, like all the
bottom
satellites
of the ocean.
and there's like a one piece of the ocean that's hard to get to that's supposed to have all that.
Well, this says the super heavy upper booster splashed down in the Gulf about 8 minutes after liftoff. Then, for the second time only, The Starship spacecraft successfully went down in the Indian Ocean about an hour later. So that's like the spacecraft itself, that part. I think maybe that part they get, or I don't know. It's all testing. It's still like a lot of the testing for human space flight. Here we go. Let's get out of here. Let's do these final dispatches.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Let's see, friends. Let's see what we have today. Lots to choose from. I'll go to this one. Here's Flimmager with a dispatch about gaming.
Hey, Sean, about the game stuff. What about like those?
I'll just say it for him until we get this fixed. What about those strategy games like SimCity and simulation games on Civilizations? What about those games? They're considered puzzle games a lot. So if they are considered puzzle games, maybe these should be gamers. SimCity, I guess it's a puzzle. Yeah.
And The Sims.
Yeah.
The Sims is a game.
Yeah, that's a game, I guess. Yeah.
I would have thought simulation has its own genre and doesn't need to be in puzzles, but maybe.
I still would call it a game. I would say in the video game universe, at least I would say. That's going to have to do it for today. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday. It is October 14th, 2025. Today I learned this band right here. That is the Beatles. Yeah, John Lennon, you know him from the Beatles probably. His killer, Mark David Chapman, was married to the same woman since before he murdered Lennon. He was allowed regular conjugal visits since 2014. So
What happened
this
after
guy,
2014?
I don't know. This might be older. But they're suggesting that him and his wife stayed together. That's. I mean, to be with your husband after an event like that is quite
Talk
an
about
undertaking.
a dating profile. My husband was the one who killed Lennon.
Yeah, I mean, it's memorable, but probably a bad thing. Definitely a bad thing. Today, I learned surgeons use F1 pit stop techniques to save the lives of newborn babies. They said they learned from watching F1 racing pit stop techniques to work together with other medical professionals when there's an emergency in the newborn wards and properly be working near other people in intense environments, which kind of makes sense. Today, I learned this guy right here. Jimi Hendrix, that's correct. Jimi Hendrix played guitar in Little Richard's band until he was fired for being, quote, too flamboyant, too outdressing of the other talent, and upstaging the singer too much in Little Richard's backup band, the Upsetters. He upset Little Richard, strangely enough. And Jimi Hendrix said, I'll go on my own.
That was upsetting for him.
Yeah, but he won in the end, I think. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over at the News Junk.